See, Hallie? Mike, you got school in the morning?
No, sir.
I'm just playing, Mike. Mm, mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Well, give it to me. Give it to me. Then give it to me. No, actually, for real. Give it to me. You got this together. Right. I got this. Why would you think that's do it again? No, I'm done. It's never that good. At least in track. That is quick though.
The background cool, Luke?
Yeah, you good. I'm ready to bring you in.
What do you want then?
Yeah, I'm about to bring you in.
I was told when I began teaching was that most teachers quit within the first 5 years. Well, I made it to 3 years and couldn't take anymore. It was my first time dealing with depression, and I knew I made the right decision when I got into.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, I had to get together a little bit here. I had to get a little together. What's up? What's up? We got Yuddy in the house.
Yo,
Got Cheese in the house.
All right.
All right, we're waiting on one more, but we good. How's your day going, Yuddy?
I'm backpack here.
Yep, I got you.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I'm glad to be on the show. We on here on another Friday. You know what I'm saying? With Unckeif, yes sir.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Everything good?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
This is about teachers, bro.
Huh?
This is about teachers.
Nah, not really. We just gonna go a little bit. Can you hear that music?
Yep, yep, yep,
I
yep.
can't hear. I can hear you.
I can hear the music, Luke.
Oh, you can hear the music.
Yeah, I can hear the music like some West Coast type, like Dub C type.
Let me see. Yeah, I can hear something.
It got low now, but I was
Yeah, I
hearing
can
it.
hear it. Yeah. I can hear it now. Cheese.
Oh,
Yo.
Keep a whole DJ now.
ones and
I mean,
twos. Hey, he on the ones and twos.
Hey, listen, he mixed it and mastered
How
like
that
a
sound?
mug.
Hey, yeah, that sound good.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, that's that thinking music.
Yeah, that's
Can you
Okay.
hear
that
it?
vibe right there.
Hey,
That's
can
the
you hear it?
that's the vibe. Hey, that's the
Can you
vibe.
hear it?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you hear
yeah.
it, Kier?
You're in here. What's up, King?
Type it in if you got to type it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we just I guess we can start on this one to our other guests get in here.
Right.
Chilling. I'm just chilling tonight. Everybody, we actually got 2 more guests that supposed to come. Believe it or not.
Oh, all right, let's get it popping.
Go ahead. Huh? I want to go ahead and hop on this subject.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Let's go hop on this subject.
I was told when I began teaching was that most teachers quit within the first 5 years. Well, I made it to 3 years and couldn't take anymore.
You want to cut in? Just
It was my
cut in.
first time dealing with depression, and I knew I made the right decision when I got into a car accident, and the first thought I had in my head was, at least I don't have to go to work today.
Dang.
That's not normal, and I wish I would have talked to a therapist and left sooner, because I even think 3 years was too much for the type of
360 Zay, and what's up, family? What up? What up? What up? What up, family? What's up?
workload that teaching comes with. You're overworked, you're underpaid. There's always a to-do list. You are never finished with your to-do list. There are constant demands, and I got tired.
All right, here we go. Hey, so what y'all think? You think they was picking on her, man? She's a high school teacher, bro.
Oh, you almost couldn't pay me to. Yeah, you almost couldn't pay me to be a high school teacher, especially nowadays. As a teacher, is meant to almost raise the kids. Like the
Right.
parents let go, and they just expect the school to do everything. So
Yeah.
do that times 25 kids. Yeah, you asking
I
for a
need you to raise
breakdown,
2 kids. You got
boy.
25 kids, and then if you high school, that means it's more than that because they passing classes. So you got about
Right.
100 kids with attitudes and everything.
Yeah, that's why I just I pull out. So that way I don't have to deal with all that. I thought we was keeping it a buck.
Three people on that one.
Huh?
Man,
Hey man,
crazy.
they said the truth will set us free.
Dang.
Hey, the
Yeah,
truth
so
will
you
set.
couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. What
I don't.
about-
I don't see the success in that. I don't even see you really being able to really help nobody in that type of environment.
Yeah.
Like I think the class sizes is too big, and high school is too late in the game to try to influence somebody that's already on a certain trajectory in life. Like
That's right.
I think it's like that's a lose-lose for her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, especially on that money shoot. She gonna talk about that too. Let's go back to it. She's talking about that money too.
Of being anxious all the time, being overwhelmed all the time, and they tell you, be okay with not getting everything done. I'm a hard worker. I'm a good worker, and if I couldn't get everything done, I tried to get most things checked off of my list in a day. But with teaching, that will drain you very quickly. It's easy to talk about boundaries. It's easy to talk about how to take care of your mental health. But when you actually take those steps, people look at you as if you did something wrong. A lot of times As a teacher, I was asked to cover classes, even within my first year. Constantly asked to cover classes. I understand teacher shortage, no subs. People don't want to be in the classroom. I wonder why. But not only worrying about my own class, but also having to cover someone else's class.
So what, y'all think she a complainer or what? Huh? Y'all think she a complainer or what?
Yeah, I think so.
It sound like
I think it's a couple of different things for sure.
right. I think the school is understaffed, and I think she said something about boundaries, but then at the same time she said she didn't have no boundaries, basically. So it's kind of like the school's fault and her fault. And then I could tell she got high blood pressure. So it's kind of like combination, like everything coming together at
Yeah, that's what
once.
that
It's
combination
crazy.
a lot.
And then it's like, and then you like going to a high school, but you got Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
High school, they already done. The people that's winners in high school, they already won. The people that's
That's her
losers.
room. Dang, that's her room.
No, look at all that Hello Kitty in her room.
No. Oh, you peeping the scene for sure.
Oh man, she got the Hello Kitty everything.
And that room basic.
Man, like she in the seventh grade.
She need help.
Man,
so basically the high school students was at a higher level than hers. She dressing like junior high. You know what I mean?
Look at that shirt. She gonna have problems there anyway, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I worked for a district who, they would pay you $50 to cover a class. But within that, after taxes, it's really not that much. And money never compares to my mental health anyway. So that didn't matter. So right off the bat, starting my first year teaching, I experienced the chaos of it all. The environment is complete chaos because everyone's trying to survive. You have people who are, I'm just going to keep it real. It seems like they're in denial. So I would say toxic positivity, where everything's okay all the time. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through it. And I'm all for being positive, but it gets to a point where you can't ignore certain issues, especially when you're mentally drained and your body is shutting down.
Hey, I got to interrupt real quick. So if all this is happening, man, she taking that stuff out on the kids, ain't she?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when I realized that a lot of teachers be stressed, bro.
And that's probably why she a little, kind of a little on the heavy side, because she probably like soothing through food and stuff. And she keep
90% of America's on the heavy side. That's why we got.
Hey, she keep talking about boundaries and stuff, and then not following. It's like she learned about it, but she don't understand how to apply them to her life. Like if you got the option to make overtime to make an extra $50 per class, but it's not worth your mental health, then that means don't do it. But it sounds like she did it anyway. So it's like she didn't have a full understanding of how to set boundaries and benefit from those boundaries. So
Right.
Right.
All right, let's finish. See what she's talking about.
No energy for anything after work. I would come home, go straight to my bed. I didn't have time. I didn't have the energy to cook. I was lucky if I made it to the gym once a week. And then once I started grad school, I didn't go to the gym at all. I don't even know how I got my homework done half the time for grad school, because it was all on a miracle and a prayer, because I can't tell you how I did it. So I'm going to go into the top reasons why I decided to leave the teaching profession. So number one, the pay. I got my little list here if you see me looking down. The pay. So back in 2021 was when I first started teaching, and with a bachelor's degree, my very first check was $2,300. That, after paying rent, there's not much left.
They're the problem right there. They're the problem right there. She know how much teachers make.
Yeah.
And see, once she didn't have no more money left, that's what depressing her. I don't think it was the kids. She know how much teacher make, man.
Right.
So that it's a money problem. That's what got her stressed out. And then if she got bachelor's degree, she got them student loans. That's what got her stressed out, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even think about the student loans.
Yeah, she got
Yeah.
student loans and everything, and then all that. She probably live at home though, because that looked like the room she was born in.
This
Yeah, that's what I'm
dude said the
saying.
room she
Because
was
no, that's
born in.
crazy if that's her room, bro.
Yeah, it don't look
Like,
like no
what
Dude,
master.
age
that's
did
her
she
room,
start
bro.
growing up at?
It don't look like no master. It looks like a child's room.
Yeah, like she looked like
Yeah.
a child, man. They was bullying her.
So
Yeah.
so here's
Look at
what
her.
it
Look at
is
her
then.
room. Where's
Here's
she
what
at?
it is. Here's what it is then. She's just a grown-up kid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Cause you
She
can tell. You
about
can
Right.
tell.
yeah. She about 30 years
You
old,
can
grown-up
tell.
kid. She
That's
keep
right.
going to
She about like
school, keep
19.
nah, she about 25, 30, but she keep running through the resources, going to school, going like she said, she's in school again right
Right.
now. Like she don't really know what it is to live, a certain life, you know what I mean, to be independent. That's not a master bedroom.
Right.
That's yeah.
She at home.
Hey, she in the
She at the
Yeah.
crib.
basement.
She
She
had to get
might
her mama
she
house.
she probably upstairs. That ain't even a basement. She's
Yeah.
upstairs. She
Yeah.
probably got a
Wow.
TV in her room and everything. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, she's very well taken care
Look,
of.
bro. Look at that pink dresser.
Hey,
But these are
listen,
observations that you have to make. Like, we're not talking about it. Like, these are
that's right.
observations that you
All right,
have to
all right,
make.
E. This ain't for you, Unckeif. This is for E.
What's
Okay.
up?
You hitting that or not?
You said what? No,
Uh-uh.
bro.
Uh-uh. Okay, yeah, I ain't gonna do that either. So that's 2 thumbs down. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So if she went and got her bachelor's degree, and she is, working, she's out of college. You think she's too old to be at home?
No, definitely. What? No, wait.
I'm gonna say no.
She
I'm
look
gonna say
about.
go ahead, E.
She look about like 30, 29, 30.
Yeah.
So she too old to be home?
I don't think so because
Yeah.
she's not mature. Like she got slow walked by
Yeah.
her
Leave it in the
parents.
comments for me, y'all. Do y'all think she's too old to be at home? Or what age do you think a
Yeah, I
child
would say
should
what
leave
age?
home?
It's different for different people depending on how
Is
their
it different
parents
between
teach.
a boy and a girl?
It's different between a man and a woman, and it's different between somebody who put them on a pace to be successful early, or somebody that didn't want to let go of their kids, so they slow walked them, and so they made it to where they can't function in the world
But I think
without them.
I
And I
definitely think
think
for a
she's
woman
one
it's
of them.
different.
Oh yeah, woman's definitely different.
But what
A
I'm
lot more.
asking you guys is, how old do you think is the right age? Is it different from a man and a woman? Because the
Uh,
men mature less, the women mature faster than men.
I'm gonna
What
say
age do you
25,
think?
25, 25.
25? Shout you
That's
got out.
that's when an adult's brain is fully developed. 25. So yeah, like if
No
you look
right
at your
age to me. No, she's not stable enough. I mean, she's a high school teacher. She's not stable enough.
Yeah, but you can tell she's not stable enough.
Dang.
I know what
They
you're saying,
say
and
it's career based.
that's the type of people you got teaching your kids. Like, did you
Maybe
see her room?
Maybe she should have started like 3rd or 4th grade instead of high school.
Oh, she'd have been
Right,
successful.
right,
You know
She
that work.
right,
like yeah,
right.
she jumped right into the fire.
Man,
Like right after that is a college professor. Right
right.
after high school, that's the only thing left is a college professor if you're gonna go
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So yeah, she jumped
Definitely
right
not
into the
ready for
fire.
college, is she?
Oh my gosh, she'd get tore out the frame.
So what age do you think a man should be out of his parents' house? Get me in the chat.
25 at the
20
earliest.
for sure. Yeah.
25 at the earliest because
Man,
that's
25. That dude done got a Camaro. He's tearing up the parking lot. He's tearing up in
that's
front of
the whole
house.
reason.
His socks is stinking. Like, come on.
Hey,
25?
hey man, my socks stink right now.
Dang.
You out of the
Nah,
house
bro,
though.
you
Your whole
gotta
house
get it,
smells
bro.
like socks.
Dang.
That's horrible, bro.
Hey man, my socks on fire right now. Hey man, I'm about to call the fire department.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
someone please call 911. My socks is on
They
fire.
like that, and the fire ain't don't even start. Fire gonna run from them.
Hey, this mug is smoldering.
Nah.
This mug smoldering.
All right, bro.
Waiting on one more. I don't know.
Yeah, this mug smoldering.
Dang. Okay, so 25 is the age for a man and a woman. Okay, so should they pay rent?
If
Should they
it,
pay
if
rent?
I would say they pay rent if it's presented to them
Give me in
as
the
a
chat.
functional
Give me in the
thing.
chat. Should they pay rent?
If rent is a punishment, like I don't really want you here, so pay rent, then that's not really productive. But if I'm teaching you life skills, if I'm showing you what life got to offer you, then yeah, definitely rent.
How much should they pay?
At least 500.
I would say about 20% of the house's bills. So if you cut the house's bills into 5 pieces, and if it's $2,500 a month, like E said, 500.
So okay, so 250, 100 or 100, 500. I think they should pay.
This ain't
Okay, so
1980. Ain't nobody paying no 100.
so are they allowed to bring people over to spend the night?
Heck nah.
That's crazy.
Heck nah. You shouldn't even want to. You shouldn't even want to. She might be loud. How's she gonna do that with her pops in the crib? Like, yeah. I mean, she might. Yeah, that's
Or of the
crazy.
same sex.
That I mean, what if her parents' bedroom is below her and she a squirter or something, and it come down through the ceiling or something?
All right, bro. We gotta get later into the stream. All right, let's go to the next subject. I'm still waiting on 2 people, but we're gonna go ahead and go to. Let's go to something. All right, let's go to this subject right here. I know what we're going. Let's go right here.
Hey man.
All right, check this out. Hold on. Yeah. I'll call you later. Good morning.
Get down! Get down!
Okay. Did they go too far?
Bro, what the heck is going on, bro?
That ICE situation in Cali.
How you burning the American flag, but then you got the Mexican flag up, but then don't want to go back to the Mexican?
I mean, but we need our view. Oh, Jake's in here. Hold on. I see you. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. What up?
Hey, what's happening, man? What's up, y'all?
Jake, what it do?
Not too much.
What's cracking, bro?
What's happening with it?
Hey, man, glad you joined. Hey, how did that game turn out, man?
Pacers did what the Pacers do. They still playing though. They down by 5 with 19 seconds.
Oh, down by 5, 19 seconds.
Yeah.
What's up with that hat, though? Them your people?
You know it. Die hard. Die hard. I don't switch teams.
Are you hip to what's going on in LA? I know you are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna show you a little something, then we're gonna talk about it, okay?
All right.
Afraid of you! Make it great like 92! Make it great like 92! Victory ain't afraid of you! Hey! 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 Get down! Get down!
All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna start with Jake.
Hey, what's the question?
I mean, what you think? I mean, do you think that's too much? Do you think, you think that's right? Do you what's your outlook
I
on that?
mean, so you think it's too much on what the law enforcement side? You think it's too much of,
I
you
mean,
got
do
a
you
bunch of.
think they're going too far?
I mean, shit. I look at it like this, man. You got the Mexican folks burning American flags, but you want to be here in America. I ain't never been with that. Like, if you want to be here, assimilate to the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where you from. If you was from China, you know what I'm saying? You can't be driving down the street rocking a China flag or shit like that. If you wanna have all the everything that come with being an American and shit, you see what I'm saying? But as soon as
Right?
the shit get thick, you wanna resort back to your roots and all that shit. Like, nah, man, be an American. You know what I'm saying? And shit, and then when they start beating on your ass, hey, that's part of being an American. Shit, we black folks, we done been through that shit forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, this ain't new. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, welcome to America. Shit,
that's right. What you think,
you
Chief?
know.
You said cheese?
Yeah.
All right. So everything Jake said was 1000% correct, but I think a little bit is left out as far as the American flag. We got to do out of history and recognize that that's a war flag, and that's against everybody that ain't a certain, nationality. So then it's not so easy to say, hey, if you come here, you got to be this because they wasn't this when they came here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you get into some touchy subjects then, and then you get to the point where basically it's just a lot of kidnapping going on, a lot of humiliating going on, a lot of hate being spread, and a lot of people that's doing a lot of things that's not doing a lot of thinking. Everybody just tell them something and they running with it. And like, oh, these are super predators, or I'm gonna be raped by this person or
So
that
you
person.
think they doing too much?
No, they doing too much, yeah. But
So what force should be reckoned? So it should be stopped.
I think the same force that they putting on themselves, which is zero. So there you go.
What you think, Jake?
I mean, well, I think where we might disagree is
Hmm.
it's like if I came to your house, like with the flag stuff. I mean, granted, it might not be, that it goes back. You know what I'm saying? So it has its own connotations to it. But it's like if you got a certain set of rules, I come to your house, I can't wear my shoes in your house, bro. So I could either leave or I could take my shoes off. You feel me? So if I come to your house, I got to follow your rules, right? So you may not like the
Yeah.
rules, but you still got to follow that shit, right? Right,
All
wrong, or
right.
indifferent, or you can bounce, right? Two, you know what I'm saying? As far as the violence being inflicted, I think it's a little too much, by the government. I think it's a lot, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessarily, what I'm saying, divvied out. I mean, I think the people got a right to protest. That's the part of being an American, too. You got a right to stand up to the government and say, that what y'all own is some bullshit, and I don't agree with it. You feel me?
But at the end, we
So
seen the cop get hit across the head with a whole block cylinder.
I
What you think
mean,
about that?
shit.
I mean,
I
that's what they
think.
dishing out.
I mean, shit. I mean, shit. Well, this is what we. If this is what we doing, then this is what we doing, right? Like, you can't sit here and say you gonna shoot me with these rubber bullets or mace me and shit, and then if I swing back, then all of a sudden what I'm doing is wrong. Once again, we was out here protesting. Then the next thing you know, y'all come and do this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as Americans, I mean, our whole country was built on resistance and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what they doing ain't nothing but being American, though, in my opinion. You feel me? Only
Kiera was
thing I
like,
differ.
she
Go
said
ahead.
she don't feel like it has to be violence in it. And then Zay was like, it's a proper way to protest and get your message across. So what he's saying, like, it's a proper way to do it. You don't have to
Ain't no
burn up.
proper way to protest.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Ain't no proper way to protest.
Ain't, ain't no, yeah,
Protest is all about resistance. It's making another person or the government feel what you're coming from. Protests don't
Right,
just
right,
we just sit
right.
here on the couch and just wake up and say we're gonna protest. Protest comes from
right,
being kicked on and beat on and spit on. You see what I'm saying? And you part of the downtrodden. You know what I mean? So
If,
that's when you decide to protest. So when somebody come and it might be something as simple as poking you in the chest. How you respond to it, you know what I'm saying, is one of those things that if you poke me in the chest and I slap you, did I do too much? Or did you have any business putting your hands on me in the first place? You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So how I respond to it is just, hey man, you've been violating, so now I can show you better than I can tell you.
So what you said, you started, I'm gonna finish it, and this is how I finish it.
I mean,
So what
I'm gonna
you
at least try,
saying? These
I'm
people
at
would
least
have never
try to.
they would have been never throwing bricks or nothing if they wouldn't have came and started snatching their loved ones.
If you
right,
wouldn't have showed
right.
up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, imagine that though. You send your kid to school, and then next thing you know, you getting carted off to who knows where, man. Ain't nobody there to pick your kids up. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
What you
know?
think about that, Eli, in your 20s?
About what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, well, I got a comment.
Boy, why
Back
y'all
to
laughing?
That's nigga, you ain't.
hey, so back to what Jake was saying about somebody coming to your house and they got to follow your rules. I mean, I think that's an obvious thing, but if somebody walk into your house and take over your house and then implement rules and then like it ain't really their house, you know what I'm saying? So then it's like, do these rules really apply? And
hmm
then not only that, but then if they took over your house, then the rules not only apply for new people coming in, but it apply for them that took over.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, it's a lot to it. And then it's like on a big tip, it's like, what are we being distracted from? What is all this for?
Right,
To to
hmm
to stop us to look at another direction. It's
right.
like it's something bigger going on that's to be detrimental to all of us, more
Right.
than
hmm
Yeah, you
likely,
saying that?
usually.
That's because we're not Hispanic. So people not taking people out of our houses and stuff like that. So it's easy for the other side to say this is because it don't affect us, right?
No, I'm
We're
Right.
saying
not
it's
out.
wrong. I'm saying it's not their house to defend. Like America is not their country to defend.
True. That's true.
That's
That's
what I'm saying. The
that's true.
Mexicans was here before,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but we have
eh,
legal and we have illegal. I mean, but I
no
think
such thing as legal. That's they jargon to say that they can do certain things. Just like they could try to say they own certain places or something, but you can't own land. That's God
so.
made. So
So when we go out of the country and we have to go through customs and all that, and they ask us how long we gonna be here and all that, we can just
hmm
stay there.
I don't know. I mean,
Damn.
I
You
almost
know, you know.
hold on, because I'm saying I don't know the history of customs. I don't know if that's something that we created and then the other countries follow suit because we said they couldn't be here, or if that's just a real thing for everywhere. Because everywhere ain't nobody trying to be for no long period of time, so it wouldn't even make sense to say, "Hey, you can only be here 6 months 180 days behind this visa or
That jackass, Yeti ass be trying to stay. He was staying Philippines Island a year, if he could, right?
but I'm saying did that come from us though? You know what I'm saying? From people trying to be here and we created that and other countries just adopted it.
Right.
But I don't know the history of it. So I can't say, but it almost sounds like that might be our thing.
Right.
Because it's a land of milk and honey and everybody want to be here.
Yeah.
So all right, let's watch a little bit more of this drama.
Large group of people, it could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and altercation between officers and demonstrators.
Not Waymos, they're something like a Waymo, just based off of some of that hardware again that we see at the very top of the car. We see some of those things spinning on top. Those are cameras, sensors, and the likes. We see some of these protesters posing for photos in front of this burning vehicle. We're going to sit on these images for a moment.
Put into work though, wasn't it?
I don't think they did enough. I think they just showing the worst parts so they can get the green light to do whatever they want to do.
Yo, grab me a shirt. No,
They just want the green light to do whatever they want to do and use maximum force.
Man, let me just get a shirt up in here, dog.
So, do you think they should be going in stores taking stuff?
Nah, there ain't no benefit to that.
I mean, so do you think they should be doing that? What y'all think in the chat? Do y'all think they should be going in stores, taking the clothes out of stores and stuff? Huh?
Actually, I think if they want to send a message, they will go to the people who going in their house. They should go to their house.
Hey, I gotta
Give them that same.
I gotta show y'all these fools on these motorcycles, man. Y'all about to trip.
On them little bikes riding around.
Man, they running it. They riding them into the police. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. What's up, Obed Israel, my boy? Uh-oh. Yeah, hey, man. I gotta get you on the next week's show, man, because I definitely need your points, bro. Look, watch it. Hey, man. Watch another one gonna come. Hey, look, watch it. I just clothesline his ass.
Oh, who's that?
Hey, man. You gotta be some idiots, man.
Bruh.
Yeah.
They started the motorcycle and then they just take the baton, just bust them. Man, these dudes is crazy.
You're on Teslas? Waymos.
Hey, all that's good, right?
I mean,
Man,
shit, they waiting.
I'm trying to step up. Like, okay, it's right. Yeah, I gotta see this one more time. Y'all gotta tell me what y'all think about this, bro. What y'all think about that, man?
I think that shit's crazy.
I think that's fake.
Hey, say it again, E.
That's fake for sure, bro.
Man, the dude put the flag on. It just hit in the crowd of police.
Yeah,
Close
that's
like.
fake. Helmet on and
Man.
everything. That was a white dude.
Hey, Marv said, "What's up, Jake?"
What's up now?
Man, these dudes is crazy, bro.
Yeah. See, like I say, like with all these different videos, man, I don't know if some of this shit be real or fake or what. You know what I
Man,
mean?
Yeah.
you already know, man. Hey, from what they were saying, man, they were saying that they was paying them $200 per person per day to go out
Yeah,
there after school, bro.
yeah,
Like,
Boy.
if you
Uh,
let that stuff occupy your day, man, you won't get nothing done, bro.
yeah.
You won't get
man.
nothing done. I ain't studying it, man. That's crazy. Like, who would just at
It's
least give
like
me a
that
high boost
George
or something to go in?
stage bricks. They put bricks
Mm.
everywhere, all kind of different
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
they done bought
Like
blocks down.
hell. Well, we ain't seen where. I mean, all this people out there. Where the hoes at? Like,
Uh,
like I ain't seen. Hey man,
uh,
I ain't seen. I ain't seen none of them out there, man.
uh,
No, I'm saying, man, you know what I mean? They always want to be in the mix. They always got something to
man.
say. Like, why they wasn't out there when it was
All
time
right,
to
let's go ahead and switch the
hit the
subject.
front wall.
All right, we're gonna switch the subject. Tell me what y'all think about this next.
Men and women together in a healthy way. Same women that are in my comments screaming, not all women want to be married. That's not everybody's goal. Those are the women who want to be married and they just are not. Those are the women who
Mm,
desperately want a man, right? And they've convinced themselves that they don't and they don't need a man.
hmm
So when they see a woman who has what they want, their go to is, well, I don't want that. It's okay to want it. It's okay to
Right.
be honest with yourself that I do want it, I don't have it, and I need to figure out why I don't have that man, right? I feel like there's this constant thing about, again, you focus always on single women. My focus is on wanting to change the community, and to change the community and amongst Black people, we have to bring back families, bring men and women together in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Women need to recognize why we are where we are. Because getting in the comments, fighting for your life to prove that you don't want a man or you don't want to be married ain't going to help you. That mindset right there is why you don't have a man. Because you convince yourself that you don't need one. Like, and we don't understand that. We fight so hard against it. And everyone's like, yeah, girl, I don't want no man. We don't need to be married. That's a problem right there. Why don't you? Or women out here who solely just want kids. They don't want a husband. That's a problem. We've gotten to a place where we just don't want to understand it. Like I said, if I was sitting in this app and I was talking all about how men ain't this and men ain't that and Black men suck them, y'all would love it. Y'all would find, y'all would have nothing to question me about. It would be all, she's good. It would be no judgment there at all. But instead, when I call out the stuff that we need to talk about amongst us as women to help us do better, because there's a lot of women who ask me all the time about how to become better women, how to be more feminine. They want their husband. It's a lot of them.
Thank you, Marvin.
It's
Appreciate
the other side who want it as well, but they can't let their ego go to
Oh, that's Marvin?
do that, and it's
you.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
You gotta help him more.
All right, y'all. Let's go in on this one. Let's go in on this one. All right. So let me see how we gonna start. Okay. So all right. So it's women. So you think every woman that say she don't want a man, she really want a man, but you think maybe they just saying that because they can't get a man? Let's go,
Of
Cheese.
course.
Oh, heck, yeah. I say high 90s. You know, it's always gonna be some that don't want one, and they just don't know the benefits of one. But if you take things to their rawest form, you know, men make more money than women, and it's hard out here financially for men. So why wouldn't a woman want a man if he's gonna be the helpmate financially, and amongst other things? And yeah, it's a lot of sad women, you know, when they get on social media and they showing off their body and this and that. That's
Excuse me real quick. Hey, what's up, Anya? What's up, Ray Ray? How y'all doing?
yo
Hey,
yo.
thank you, Marv, Obed Israel, for sharing it. Hey, Anya, if you coming in on the, you need to go ahead and link in on your email so you can get in on. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Okay. All
Oh
right, we're gonna
shoot.
bring somebody else. Hey, listen, y'all. We didn't got on this women's subject. Now the women tapping on in. They like, nah. Y'all ain't about to just sit up here and beat us up.
Dang.
We ain't beating them up, but we ain't lying either.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Trey
Dang.
Strait.
Huh?
Dang.
Hey,
I'm out of
what up,
here.
what up, 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 what up?
Okay, finish, Cheese.
Oh shoot. They on the internet talking that talk and showing off their body. And like the woman said, they can't get a man. Reason why they say they don't want a man, but they showing off their body because that's their best asset. And so that's the only thing they got to do to attract a man. So they really trying, but it ain't working. Only thing they doing is getting knocked down. So then it's like, oh, I don't want a man. Like, yeah, you want one. It's just you ain't got nothing.
Dang.
Dang, somebody took him off the page.
Dang.
All right, Anya, go ahead.
That was that negativity. Clock it. Mhm. Say it again, but with your chest this time.
Your microphone messed up.
He said that the microphone. What you
Yeah, I
think,
can't even
Eli?
hear.
You
Yeah,
can't hear
run
him?
it again. Run it
What's
again.
up, E? E, can you hear me, Eli?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what you think? Come to the middle a little bit, Eli. You kind of too far. You over it? Yeah, right there. What's up?
I look good.
Yeah, you good, bro.
All right,
Oh
so
my God.
Focus. You on the screen good.
all right.
What's up?
Nah, I know. Yeah, that's what I was, because it's
So
weird.
do you
Like,
think that most women that say they don't want a man or a husband, they just saying that because they can't get one?
oh, absolutely. Oh, I think they
Uh,
can get. I think they can get a man. It's just not the one that they want. But it's only because they not prepared to be with the one that they want. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of men out here.
I could disagree.
Uh-oh.
Okay. False. Disagree. What you think, Jack? You on the
I
chopping
mean,
block, bro? Speak your mind.
nah. I mean, I'm just saying
somebody's microphone is terrible.
Is it
yeah, I
mine?
don't know.
It's been popping. I think what
It's your
she got
headphones,
on.
bro.
I don't
Nah,
hear
my
nothing
stuff
popping.
into the beat until she got on. Okay. Oh nah,
Yours.
my,
Go ahead, Jack. I can hear you.
No, so what the little broad was saying though is like you need more women like that though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The problem that you have social media, and it portrays one thing. You see what I'm saying? Opposed to it pits men and women against one another. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a thing. I mean, if you just take something as simple as songs from the '90s on back to when the shit started, it was love songs. Now, you know what I'm saying? Everything is this woman right here can't stand the man. She hates his fucking guts, and you know what I'm saying? He ain't shit. You got another song, you know, he gonna smash her and do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no, you know, it's like they don't want us to be together type shit. You see what I'm saying? And it's one of them things. So if you get women
divide and conquer.
to buy into it, you get men to buy into it, man, of course you don't want that. She don't want this nigga right here because, you know, hell, he act like he don't want her. You see what I'm saying?
Divide and conquer. The
So, you
oldest
know,
game.
so in the end that so when you break it all down and like Eli was saying, it ain't that women don't want to be with a man don't want to have a husband. The problem is the guy that you want don't want you because you didn't. He's a fictitious person. You know, you done made him up in your mind, and it's like that fucking guy don't exist nowhere but in your head. You see what I'm saying? Because you know you want a guy this, and this. It's like, but where you gonna find that at? Where you gonna get that at? If you want that shit, it's 1,000 women that want that same guy.
They gonna find it on the moon.
and if he got all this shit, he sure as fuck don't want you.
We need the women. I need.
Because think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? If you meet a man who make $1 million a year, you meet a man who make $150,000 a year or whatever, it's less of him and more Braj is on the regular spectrum though. So the thing about that is he got more choices than you do. So you ain't gonna never find nobody if you set your specs to just this particular person. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. It's more bad broads, you know what I'm saying, in let's say the state of Florida than it is rich dudes in the whole entire country.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So where you gonna find that guy at? Like, and if you do find him, you gotta share it. So yeah, you ain't gonna never find a husband. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think anyway.
So what you're basically saying is all men cheat. Got it.
So
you gotta share your men.
What you think?
You gotta share your men.
No, what I'm saying
that
is,
ain't what he's saying.
If you got a good one, you bet you might yeah. That's gonna be the odds of it.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? No, because I mean, think about it like this: women outnumber men just 1-to-1. Y'all gonna outnumber us anyway. So then you got to think of the amount of men that's incarcerated. Then you got to think of the amount of men that's fags. You know what I'm saying? That don't want you at all. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to think of the men, if you're just talking about sister girls who don't even want sister girls. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So shit, yeah. I mean, the pot gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you find yourself by yourself. Just my 2 cents, though.
I'm gonna drink on that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Drink up.
Drink to not share.
You like, hey,
never sharing my man.
Hey, yeah, you got to bring some people in with you. These dudes up
Drink
in here.
to never share my man. No, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in.
Yeah. Okay. So, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go on this next one, man. We're gonna go on this next one. So, Eli, you go ahead and get you something to drink real quick. Stay online. I'm gonna come right back to you. Okay?
All right,
hear
man.
me?
Yeah.
Negative standpoint. He's talking about women from how to know if a man hates women. Oh yeah, you heard that correctly. How to know if a man hates women. Let me give you an example. When you're talking to a man or you see a video of a man and he's always talking about women from a negative standpoint, he's talking about women from a mean and inferior standpoint. For example, oh, what does she know? She's a woman. That's how women are. That's how women think. Women only want one thing. They want your money. When you hear these kind of comments from a man, this is typically coming from a man who hates women. There's no other way to put it to you. He hates women. Now, how else do you know if a man hates women? This is a man typically who, the way he talks about women, like I said, he always tries to paint women in such negative lights all the time, using very vulgar words to describe.
Okay, we're gonna stop it right there. Let's roll like this. Hold on. I got you. Okay, there we go. All right. So, do you guys think it's men that hate women?
Yeah.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah, because he can't get them.
Can't get him, and also because he hates himself, or because he wants to be that woman so bad.
Dang.
He wants to be her.
For sure.
That's
For sure.
well,
Okay.
you know what?
Hey, expand on that.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
Yeah,
wow.
expand on that.
You seem like you like what? Talk to us.
Talk
I
about
just
it, Onion.
I sometimes when a man don't know how to take the back burner on their ego, um it kind of shows that you're not on the same team. It just shows that you're kind of like going against the grain. You're not supporting that woman. You just want to be her. Like
Mm,
we
mm.
can either join or we could be separate. I mean, hey, half the men these days are wearing better skirts and dresses than I am anyway. So,
So, have you seen a situation where you knew for sure a man was jealous of a woman?
oh, for sure. Yeah, I've
Wow,
even been in a couple relationships such as that.
wow, wow.
Mm.
So what you said as you had excelled, he was like, you could feel the hate.
100%. And
Wow.
then they want to blame it
Mm.
on mommy issues. But how many women have daddy issues?
Mhm.
I mean, that's an excuse. And if we're gonna be 100, you a man. You shouldn't have no excuses. Suck it up, buttercup.
I heard that.
So what you think, Cheese? I mean, we hitting it from a different direction. You know, do you think it's men out here that's jealous of their woman?
I mean, jealousy is passion, so I mean, I guess it probably could be. I mean, there's four men in this group, and I don't see that in none of us, but maybe somewhere in the world, you know what I mean? What she's saying might exist. I don't know. I don't
Hey,
see
give me a
that.
break real quick. Obey Israel said it's mommy issues. The mother raised the man to be like that. Gossip Talk said facts on yay. Obey Israel said that's the mindset. That's the mindset of a lot of young men today. And then Obey Israel said the government has made it like they promote the women and raise them up over the men. I can't be nothing else but that. Yeah.
Mm. So
Okay.
by
Go
that is
ahead.
by design.
Yeah, I think that's what
Um,
he's saying. It,
I would I would say it's kind of both though, because I've seen manly men per se, and they still just go against the grain of a woman just because she's a woman.
Onion,
Um,
let me say, if somebody's a victim of something, then they can't be the fault of that problem. They just the victim of that problem. So just like the video, you missed it, but there's a racial thing dealing with California and all the illegal immigrants getting put out, and it's just like divide and conquer on that tip. And then what we talking about with male and female right now is divide and conquer on that tip. So it's like it keep coming up in every situation. It's like the oldest move. Because when you divide and conquer, you just don't get one side. Even on a racial tip, on divide and conquer, it's just not like when you deal with black and white, it's not like black people lose. It's black people and white people. Like you get both sides. Like you conquer both sides. So it's divide and conquer. It's the oldest move.
So with the men and the women. So the jealousy, I think, it's one of those things to where you do, as society has changed, you do make it easier because you think about it like this. You hear women talk about, I want to make X amount of dollars. And then, so they'll give you X amount of dollars. But so let's say I give you $105,000 a year. That's great. That's good pay, right? But to a man, he's gonna ask for more though. Like you see what I'm saying? So he's trying to get 135 to where you happy with the 105. You see what I'm saying? And you're comfortable with that because all you ever wanted to do was hit this number right here. But to a man, he's gonna be looking at it, and he's not there because he likes the company. He's not there for all the emotional. He's there for the money. So he will move on. So when you have those things, I can get two of these women to work this job, and I can even have y'all work over and do all kinds of other stuff because hey, when am I ever gonna get another job? To a man, he looks at it and be like, you know what, fuck this job. I'll go get another one at another company. You see what I'm saying? Because to him, you know what I'm saying? It's more about, as you said, his ego. It's more about like, I know that I'm worth more than this. I know my worth. You see what I'm saying? To where a woman's going to look at it because, once again, it's by design. I can give you a whole lot less than him. So I can get two of y'all to do this job that I would have paid one man to do. You get what I'm saying? But I can give y'all the work of three people, though. And you're going to be happy to have that. You know what I'm saying? And if you start looking at a lot of situations, that's what you have. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this real quick. Obed Israel said the black woman is the most educated person on earth. Of course, the lowest man on the totem pole would be jealous. So what they saying, because of all you guys' accomplishments, if you do put yourself around a lower quality man, of course he's gonna be jealous, just like he's gonna be jealous of the next brother next to him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what he's kind of saying, you probably need to pick your company, who you're around. And then he said the system never made the black man lose his ego. It's just his woman saw that he had no power in the system.
I
I can
hands
agree
down
with that.
agree with that.
I can
I
agree
hands
with
down
that.
agree. And just as being a woman, a black woman at that, educated, wanting more, always trying to get top tier. You actually do sometimes find yourself dumbing yourself down to benefit that man so he can come up and you guys can be great. But again, that's when that whole, depending on that man that you're dealing with, I mean, do he want to be you, or is he against women?
Hold on. Well, go back, Onion. You said sometimes y'all got to dumb yourself down to let a man be great. But if he's on a road to being great, no matter where y'all meet him at in his journey, if he's on a road to be great, are you really dumbing yourself down? If he's going to be great, if he's headed
Oh
towards
yeah,
greatness, I
women
mean,
sacrifice
president.
all the time.
Hold on. I ain't saying that, but are you dumbing yourself down? Like he could be the president of the United States one day, but at some point he got to be a kid. He got to be a young adult. Like he got to make certain, like you know what I'm saying. He got to go through the whole process. So if you catch a man in a process and you saying he's gonna be great, how are you dumbing yourself down if you caught him early in his journey?
Well, we shouldn't. We need, as women, we need to stop meeting them during the middle of their journey.
But we
All
are
right,
always
all
on a
right.
journey, though.
Yeah, we always on the
Like
journey,
as
and
as men, we always on the journey. The thing
men
is like,
and women.
what
Yeah,
what what are you looking for at this point in your life? Because you understand you on a journey. We
yeah,
just might
yeah.
be
And
we
what
just
Yeah,
might be
there's
at different
always going to be
times.
growth, but is that person at the same level
I'm
as you?
saying, he
But
ain't
see,
got to
that's
be
the
at the
thing
same
though.
level because
He
y'all men
needs
and
to
That's
be
women.
though. As
no, no,
Y'all
women,
no, no,
men
no,
and
no.
women.
yeah, he
No,
needs to. Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's the
Nah,
problem. Is that's the problem that you have about men and women. It's like it's not that it's that the women are in the competition with the men to
No, I
where it
just
used
think
to never
women
it
no
used to
longer
never be that
settle.
way.
it's
Women
I
not
mean,
just no
everybody
longer
settling.
settles.
settle.
Everybody settles.
It's
No,
almost like
It's
you proving this
it's
point.
compromising. It's
I
everybody
just don't
settles.
think women settle no longer, which is why you see the man behind a woman as that woman is paying.
But I
That's
just
why
gave
you
it.
see. That's why you see the man staying at home watching the kids. That's why you
Uh,
see the men.
Things is out of
Um,
order, Anye, but I just gave an example of
I'm
the
just
man that's
saying,
going to be the president of the United States, and you catch him before that. So obviously
you're
he's
still
great
dumbing
already.
yourself down.
How are
He's
you
still gonna
dumbing
So
yourself?
grow.
Hold
He's still
on.
gonna
How?
grow.
All right, so check this out. How are you dumbing yourself down when you attract and you have in your life what's your level? So if that's your
No,
level, then that's your
that's not
level.
true.
A lot of people think
People attract a lot of things.
a lot of people think higher than they self than what they really are.
Yeah. Look in the
So
mirror. You gotta
so
look in the mirror.
mm-hmm.
nah, I
What am I
understand
bringing to the
myself.
table? What
It
am I
ain't
bringing to the table? Am I
But that's what
washing
I'm
my
saying.
nah,
ass every
The
day?
value
I'm probably
the
not
All right,
gonna
we can
do
value
talk.
that.
educated.
Like,
Everybody
Tone
talk
light.
one at a time. Let's go ahead. Let's start over there with Jake to the right. Go.
No, I'm just saying that like
Both
as
of them.
far as men and women, your values are different though. The things that I
Yep.
value may be different than the things that you value. You see what I'm saying? To
Mhm.
where you just said that you're always wanting more. To where to men, it's sometimes we get to a level to where like we're good here. I don't need to go any higher than this because I know where I come from. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to be at the top of the mountain. I can get halfway up the mountain and look back and say, "Damn, I done came a long way." But to a woman, she's like, "Dang, don't you think we need a new house? Don't you think we need a new car? Don't you think we need this?" And I'm like, "Nah, because this shit runs fine." You see what I'm saying? But women want more, 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 more. So you in competition in situations with a man in an arena to where it's like, yeah. So when he's saying, damn, I gotta come and fight with you about this, I don't want to be with you on that shit though. Because I'm already in competition with other people doing other things. You see what I'm saying? And now I gotta come home and be in competition with my woman. Like that's kind of whack though. And like you say, I agree. You know what I'm saying? She like we all out of whack though. Everything is all the way off. And far as a woman going to work and he got to watch the kids and everything like that, shit, childcare is expensive as shit. So if it makes more sense, if it makes more sense for this man to stay at home instead of you going taking his kid to the daycare and he going to work and he might not make as much money as you or whatever, I mean, wouldn't it make more sense for him to bond with his child and do this? Hell, he got more time than
Let me
most.
butt into that real quick, you guys. So what you're saying now is, are you guys saying like it's more opportunity for women than it is for men
Absolutely.
now? And so the roles had to switch because now the women are the supervisors and now they're the presidents of the company, and now it forced the men to switch the roles. Is that what you guys saying?
I mean, yeah, circumstances.
What you think?
Again, because that woman wants more. And when Jake, when you say that woman comes and say, "Hey, don't you think we probably need a little bigger house?" How is that a competition?
No. So I'm saying that the competition comes when you're
That
saying
sounds
that
like
I make more
within
money than you.
myself.
I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like that's the competition inside your home. I'm saying that when you saying that you want more, sometimes you got to look at people like if I come from being homeless, right, and I just happen to get a nice apartment. That's better than where I came from. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
To where somebody else who grew up in a nice house, they're looking to where, oh, you have a nice 3-bedroom home, but now all of a sudden you want a 5-bedroom home, you want a pool, you want this, you want that. This person right here is looking at it like I was sleeping on the streets. I'm perfectly fine with this. You know what I mean? And you saying, well, he don't want any more. It's like, yeah, but his whole life is 200% better than it was. You
So
see what I'm
that's
saying?
coming back double fold. I feel like you're again, maybe not so much dumbing down yourself, but you are diminishing of the goals that you want to sacrifice yourself and what you want out of life because your man does not want more. Again, that falls back into the place of saying
that
find someone that's on your level.
So I originally said that you have to prioritize. You have to know, he has to know what you want. You have to know what he wants. So if you find out that he don't want the same things that you want, then yeah, maybe that's not the guy for you.
Skedaddle.
Or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is, let's say y'all were both, let's not say homeless, but y'all were both working at McDonald's together. Mm-hmm. And you kept going to school and he kept doing this. Like he was good enough then, but he's not good enough now. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you were able to work your way through this, and you were able to become management to where you were able to do this. Now you make a whole lot more than him, but he still makes this. You see what I'm saying? Now you're like, oh, you need to do what I was doing. But in order for you to go to school, in order for you to do all these different things, hey, he had to be able to do this. He had to be able to do that. And so now you look down upon him because you're like, he don't want more? That's not, I mean, y'all started from the same situation. So how was that cool? Like if you just come in and meet some dude, it's like shit, yeah, have your standards. But understand that everybody's not gonna meet your standards. And sometimes you gotta settle for 4 out of 5 of those things.
Oh, what was that word? What was that word? You have to settle.
You have to settle for 4 or 5 of those things. Because you're not gonna because perfect gets in the way of being good. Like something can be good.
There's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah, but see,
Your
that's what
perfect
people
could
are
be your
chasing.
own perfect. Your own is your own perfect.
And that's what people are chasing. They're chasing that perfect.
For
so if
me,
I asked you,
for
if I told you
myself,
right
for
now,
that.
no, if you made a list out right now, and I told you that in 5 years you could have 4 out of 5 of those things on this list, would you accept that?
4 out of 5?
4 out of 5.
No, because my mindset is go big or go home. I'm gonna get those 5, regardless.
So you're the one person that wouldn't accept it. But the thing about it is, but these are 5 things that you want because it's your list. But you're going to get 80% of those things though. So chasing that one thing or that extra one, you might end up with absolutely nothing though. So you went big, you missed it, and now you got to go home with nothing. That don't make a lot of sense, mama.
Again, I feel like that's still settling. You're never gonna stop. If it's a goal, you're gonna try. Yeah, settling should never be in nobody, whether it's man or woman's vocabulary.
But what is
settling? Settling, whether that's any form of relationship, environment, comes resentment.
But
because you had an end game of a goal and you never hit it.
But what if the goal was here for me and the goal is 20 miles ahead for you? So what if I get to my goal? Like this was the dream. I'm living the dream. But you like, no, this is trash.
It comes back to what you said. First, know who you're dealing with at the beginning, in a relationship, for sure. But if you have to dwindle yourself, you are ultimately settling. And
so let me ask you
nowadays, women don't want to settle.
So is that just from the perspective of a woman? So how many men settle?
Again, y'all the ones who said there's not a lot of men out there. I guess we're not settling because we're sharing our
No, I don't mind. I mean, I think everybody settles. I mean, it's like the goal is not to in the beginning, but eventually everybody does. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just how nature works. You can have this in your mind of you're going to do this, and this, but the reality is a lot of times you're not going to be able to do that. Sometimes you're able to, to blow past it, but if I'm a betting man, the odds are you're not going to do it. Most people are not going to do all those things because, we all got the same 24 hours. It's damn near impossible. You know what I mean?
Hey, we got a little comment, you guys. It says that's Obed Israel said that's the math because that's why so many of our black women end up alone in their older age. That's the math. I think when you, I definitely need you back on next week, and when you come on next week, I need you to come with some firepower because you in the den right now, but you're gonna handle it right. Yeah. I mean, what you got? What you got, Cheese? I see you over there. Talk to me.
Oh shoot! Well, I think kind of like piggybacking on what Jake was saying. As a woman, what makes you valuable? If I possess the things that make you valuable as a woman, as a man, it won't make me valuable. And that you as a woman, the things that make me valuable as a man, if you possess those things, that won't make you valuable. It's a difference, men and women. And I also think a lot of the things you saying is you get in a relationship with a man, which is a leader, and he's supposed to lead, but you already come pre-programmed with a certain criteria of things that's success and what's not success. And when you deal with money and things like that, that's not really success. When you deal with the actual character of a man, if a man says something and he does what he says, then that's a high value man. Not so much if he go make 100,000 or 100 million. It's based on his character, his values, and how he carries himself. But when you carry the values of the system that's made to divide us, then you can say, hey, this man ain't nothing, and I'm better than him, I'm greater than him because I make more money than him. When the whole time, like I said, the things as far as a man goes, if you outdo me as a man in my categories, it doesn't make you valuable as a woman. It just makes it harder for you to have a man.
So again, we have to diminish ourselves. Got it.
Again, you have to what?
bring our value down as a woman.
No, you have to find out what's valuable as a woman. That's what I just said. The things that you try to do as a man don't make you valuable as a woman. The things that have value for you as a woman won't be valuable for me if I possess those qualities as a man. So that means there's no comparison between me and you.
So why the 50-50 then?
That ain't got nothing to do with what I just said. That's a whole different
Yes, it
subject.
does. Yeah,
But
because
if you want to, if you want to
you're
go
still gonna want your
50-50,
dinner.
if you want
You're
to go
still
50-50, that's based on the man you with. If he's a man that makes $700,000 a year, then obviously you ain't got to go 50-50 with him. If you with a man that make $30,000 a year, obviously y'all gonna have to go 50-50. It's in a whole time period where it's really more advantageous for everybody to have a two-person working home, two economics, you know what I mean? Two
so again
economies
that
coming in.
50-50. But I guarantee that even in a 50-50 household, you're gonna want your dinner to come home. You're not gonna only
It's
want to
it's
eat
it's it's
a
gonna be
cheese
certain
sandwich.
things.
So
It's gonna be certain things that you got to do outside of your job to benefit your household, and there's gonna be
hmm
certain things that man has to do outside of his job to
hmm
benefit that household. So you can't say, "Hey, because I went to work for 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever it is, and I had to come home and cook," that it's a terrible relationship because he had to make sure that the gutters was clean, the grass was cut,
hmm
certain things. You went to the auto mechanic shop because your car was messed up and you didn't get taken advantage of. Like it's certain things that get brought to the table that's outside of work. So you can't minimize the value of a relationship based on what a job is.
When you're in a relationship, most nowadays everything wants to be 50-50. And not just only generational, like as far as relationship as an older generation, younger generation, everything is expected to be that 50-50. But here we are both bringing in that 50-50 income as a man and a woman. You're not out there mowing the grass. Let's be 110.
Yeah, but I mean, but at
Why
the
are
same
we
You're not
time,
out
not? Why
there
are we
going
not?
grocery
his
shopping.
Why are
his
we not
job
You're
mowing
not
the
out there.
grass?
his
You're
job is
not out
different.
there growing. You're not grabbing the
Sometimes
kids from school. You're not breastfeeding.
How
You're not
come
making dinner.
we're
You're
not
not.
breastfeeding? Why would we breastfeed? What would I do
Again,
how
to
so
would
get
what
out
are
of?
you bringing besides the financial 50-50 to
his
the table?
presence?
I just told you. Hold on. I
Oh,
just told her.
this
No,
is
we ain't
present
gonna
as a
be.
man.
No, no,
His
no, no,
presence,
no, no, no.
absolutely.
I ain't
That's
gonna say
exactly what
just
he
the
brings to the
That's
presence,
table.
not
but
enough.
that's
No, it is.
hold on,
So
Anya.
let me
If
ask you
it's a
this. So
50-50,
here's the thing. If a person sees a man coming in and out of a house every day, that
just
house
like
is
that
Mm,
less.
woman is,
That
we're both
house.
going in
No,
and
no.
out.
What
mm.
I'm saying is that
Listen
house
to
is
him.
less likely to get robbed or burglarized
Yeah,
because they see this
yeah,
person.
yep,
You're less likely to have someone take advantage of you in your home because this man is coming in and out.
yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're
That
saying the
man comes
woman
and
needs
goes.
to
That
give
man is there. So what I'm
80 and the
saying
man needs
is,
to give 20.
That ain't
statistically
what he
speaking,
said.
statistically speaking, even homeless people, if you sit and you talk to homeless people, women, they will have to deal with a man, and understand they both homeless, but they will deal with this man because it'll keep other men from attacking them. It'll keep other men off of them. You see what I'm saying? Even though that they might be sleeping in the park or whatever their situation is. The thing about it is, a man's presence, it gives other men
Mm,
pause. Even if
yep.
you were in a dark alley or whatever, and you had to run away from somebody because somebody was chasing you, you don't have to know these men that's walking down the street. But I bet you when the men come, you feel a lot safer. Just these men that you don't know, and you running from this dark shadow in this alley. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes just a man's presence
If Yaya just
Mm.
happened.
is enough.
So just the presence by itself is enough
That ain't
for a
what I
woman
Sometimes.
to
said.
give 80. That's
Sometimes.
Jay.
No,
What did
no,
I just?
no,
Oh, so
no,
that
no, no. That ain't what we said.
yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't even
Juicy just
say
said the
he didn't.
man of a
No,
person.
no, no. I
Okay,
said if a
then I
woman come
digress.
home from
Repeat what you just said,
I
Jay.
said if a woman come home from work and have to cook dinner after working 8 or 10 hours, a man probably got to cut grass, clean the gutters, make sure something go wrong with her
That's not
car.
every day.
Hold on, hold
That's
on,
not
hold
every
on,
day.
hold on. Make sure
You do that
something
every day.
go.
You just said your
Hold
socks are
on, a
dirty.
woman
So
ain't
let's be
even.
honest.
A woman ain't even.
You just
That's
said
because
your
a
socks are
woman ain't
dirty.
washed my socks.
Wait,
But
hold
hold on,
on.
hold on, hold on. Ain't nothing every day. Women don't even cook every day. Like, there's nothing you can name that's every day.
Most women do. You expect that, right? Because you're a man.
Nah, that don't happen
you
every day.
do.
It's not
Yeah,
realistic.
it's not
no
necessarily
matter,
every
nah.
day, but there's 7 days out of the week. I guarantee you're gonna want that hot meal out of 5.
We want it 7 days, but I'm saying what actually happens
But
is
do you
probably 3
deserve
to
those
4
7
days.
days? No, because we're a
How
team.
can we not
We're a
deserve?
team. It's
How can
okay
we
for you
not
to cook
deserve?
that meal. How do
There's
you're
no
superior
value.
because you're a man and holding up
It
your
ain't
guard and
civilian.
protecting
It ain't
me?
superior.
That's not
It ain't
enough.
superior.
Not if we're
Okay,
both
y'all,
doing
check this
good.
out.
Oh,
Check this out, y'all. We're gonna go to a little video real quick. We're gonna go to a little woo. I like it though. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Describe women. He typically doesn't see women as good people. And this usually comes from a place of hurt, usually, or jealousy. So a man who has never had positive female influences in his life, maybe his mother was dysfunctional, his aunties were dysfunctional, his sisters were dysfunctional, and he never knew what it's like to have a foundational positive experience with women. These kind of guys are going to grow up with some type of vendetta against women. So that's number one, how he talks about them, the kind of vulgar words he uses. Number two, this is actually the extreme part. These are the men that go the extra mile to abuse. This could be physical, this could be emotional, this could be mental. His goal is to destroy. That's it. His goal is to destroy, and he will do anything to destroy a woman. Could be physically extreme, could be mental. There are some men out there who go out specifically hunting for women to hurt, to destroy.
Okay, y'all. All right, we back in now. Hey, check this out. Do you think, because you know the games be sold not told, right? So do you think this dude's just on the game? Look at Eli, he all in them cabinets and stuff. This dude is crazy. He's eating like a monster, man. This dude's all in the cabinet. I gotta keep putting him on mute. I keep hearing the refrigerator open. So do you think it's dudes out here that actually go against the grain to get the grain? Like how he's saying, like what I'm saying, does he go against men to attract the women? But really, that's the problem because he's a piece of shit.
It's always
for sure. He's still, it's of course, because he's a hunter. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna hunt those women that are very much so ready to be degraded.
Right.
Belittled.
So what I'm saying, women gotta watch out for that too, right? Right, y'all?
Yeah.
Right, fellas? Women
Yeah.
gotta watch. What's on your mind, Cheese? Holler. Talk. I see you looking there like.
I think the socks got him.
No, let him talk.
Hey, first of all, you gotta take a joke. Like, it's getting old. But I think it's like what I've been saying, and I think kind of like what yeah, she ain't got nothing else to say. It's I'm just saying, like,
come on, let that ego talk, sir. Come on.
Ego talk. I got facts for you.
Come on.
It's real simple. It's like tools of war, and it's almost like an investment. Like if you invest in something for so long, even if it's wrong, it's like you got such a deep investment that you got to roll with it. Like if you take off from Indiana and you want to head to California, you head east, and then you pull up. You know what I mean? You get to Ohio, you get to Pennsylvania, you start, and you realize, dang, I headed in the wrong direction. It's like, damn, I'm 10 hours off path. Let me keep going in this direction because I didn't got so far off path. It's like, these are the tools of war. Like, it's almost like you got to realize if they can take social media and indoctrinate certain groups of people to vote a certain way for president, to look at certain things a certain way, then you got to realize that your home is being infiltrated, and the same people that's your ally is being made to look at like they're your enemy. Then you got to realize that on both sides, men and women, we both got some change to do. And it's almost like we dang near got to cut off the TV, get off social media. We all got to get back to square one so we can be valuable to each other. Like not just a woman thing, like you feeling like it's attacking women. It's like on the men and women because we in this together. And if you lose, we lose, or if I lose, we lose. There is no success for you
That
without
team.
me, and there's no success for you without me. Like we gotta have each other to win, or we both lose. And I think that's the biggest thing here.
For sure. 100%.
And so back to what I said
That hold
originally.
on, right. Hold real quick. See, like Jake, is that liquor? That definitely is not liquor in Jake's thing. That's probably water. What is that in your container?
That's
No, I
that's
got lemon water.
it's
Lemon water.
V8.
That's definitely not liquor. I hope you
It's
ain't serving it
V8.
up like that. You just switched overnight on me, bro.
Nah, lemon water, man. That's it.
Yeah. Oh shoot, man. They said cheers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shoot, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
What
so
you think, Eli, from a younger standard? What you
hey
quiet,
man, we
man?
ain't even the same age. Don't do
Man,
that.
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Soaking up the knowledge.
All right. So all right. Well, I got something else to say about that. So we need each other to be successful. Then that means at the state that we in right now, we basically gotta pause everything that's divisive, that all the tools that we use on each other that's divisive, and start using tools like being more patient with each other, being more understanding, being more empathetic with each other, and working together and
You gotta drink
moving
some water.
forward.
Shit.
Huh?
Shit, you need to drink some water.
Jake, go ahead and share that lemon water.
You're cracking up a little bit. Drink some water.
It's I
Or
guess
is it the
it might
headphones?
be my
It's
headphones.
those headphones. Try to take
It's
those
because
headphones out. Let's see how it sounds with those headphones out.
yeah, can y'all hear me now?
It
Yeah, it's
sounds
better.
100% better.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, 100%
All right,
better.
all right, because that's what it's doing when IA first got on. I was like, hold on, what's going on? But
Yeah,
yeah,
those
okay,
headphones is
cool, cool,
garbage.
cool, cool. Hey man, these my favorite headphones.
Respect you just
Hey
Hey,
man, these
look
my
down at the
favorite.
screen. Eli, he going through them cabinets. Look.
Hey, what he got, a bun in the oven or something? What you eating so much for, man?
Shit. That's he been having one in the oven for the last 5 years. That dude ate at every
Oh,
restaurant in the
okay,
world.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that as relationships go, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, I think that, we definitely got to figure out what our values are. You know what I mean? And you gotta find somebody with the same values that you have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it's always gonna be contentious. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be me against her instead of us
Yep.
against the world. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to find that person, man. That's a team player. Sometimes you got the ball. You might make more money. Sometimes he might make more money. But if it's all going to the same pot and y'all got the same goals, man, it doesn't make no difference. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all all headed to the same place
All
together.
right,
You know what I mean?
all right,
Them
Jake.
same goals. Yes. The
You
same
know.
All right,
goals.
all right, Anye. All right, Jake. Let me throw this in the game.
All right.
All right. So now we not working against each other no more. We not fighting. We not being divided. We being patient and understanding. We helping each other here. We this, that, and the other. All right. Anye, you let me use you for example. You're the only woman on here. You got your father in your life. Okay. So when you meet a man, that man is leadership. But you got a father in your life. If you and that man get married, your father's gonna give you away, right?
Of course.
Okay, so with that in mind, then the same vision that you gonna receive from that man as the leader in y'all relationship is the same benefit that you're gonna get from your father and him helping you make that decision in a man, because that's a decision making, like a manly type of, like, that's one of our duties as a man to do that. What you think about that?
Let me play devil's advocate.
Nah, you tell
Sometimes
me what, just answer my question.
Sometimes, well, that's a
Ow.
little bit harder because what I would take from a father, from what I see out of a father, what I have had in a father, some I would take, some I wouldn't. So again, it would be what I consider to be a leader in a man, especially again, now generational. Every man ain't like my father.
Oh,
Then we
all
all,
right.
as
Hold
black
on.
men, would
Pause.
be married.
Pause. Pause.
They don't
So,
make men
the
like you guys
things.
anymore,
All
unfortunately.
right. So pause. Pause. So
So
the things that you wouldn't take from your father, would you not consider that as you stepping into almost like the man's role or your father's role and trying to make that type of decision for yourself when you that's not your strong point?
I would have to say, um,
If that's not, if that,
unfortunately, my mindset is going to be a little different. And the reason why is, again, it could be generational. It could be one of those things. They
Mhm.
don't make men how they used to anymore. So I've had
but
to
you
take
said you
on
got a
a,
good
hold on,
dad.
let me
You
finish.
got a
Let me
good dad,
finish.
though. You
But
said that.
listen though, but listen though, I've had to, as a woman, as a black woman, I've had to take on leadership male roles because of not being able to have that leaderish man come into the life or do any of that. So you're asking a,
So
let's be honest, you're asking a a woman that is essentially not masculine. The other word I'm looking for, as y'all
you
said,
saying
high
you perform.
valued woman.
That's what I'm saying. That
So,
doesn't make you a high value. That's just make a
so
man a high value if he's a good decision maker. That doesn't
not
make a woman
really,
a high value.
not really.
It
And
don't,
again,
because
I disagree with
that's
that.
not something that's innate to a woman. And then
I
and
disagree with
then
that.
hold on, that's cool. But check this out. So if the man is leadership, which I know it gets twisted in society, like this fabulous role, like you get to lead. Nah, it's a lot of responsibility. It's like a huge role. It's a role where you got to take your family and your woman and put them before you. And you know what I mean? So it's like a backseat type of role to be in leadership in a relationship. So when you're in that role as a man, what's required of you is a lot of things, to be sober minded, to weigh all the factors, to do a lot of different things that a man is equipped mentally for. So if you say as a woman that you don't agree, especially when you say that you've had a good dad in your life, but still this, and this, wouldn't you have to say that you stepped out of your role and for some reason thought that you was equipped with everything a man is equipped with to make certain decisions or view things a certain way, to where you looked at certain men that like they wasn't at a certain caliber or they was less than you or whatever, just because you're stepping out of your zone where you're beneficial to yourself at?
For me specifically, again, I can only speak from a black woman and from my own opinion. The word I was actually looking for is, especially nowadays, you're going to have women that are alpha females, alpha
Hmm.
women.
I would use
So,
domineering, but go ahead.
dang,
Yeah, I had that in my audience too.
domineering.
All right, let's stay focused. Answer the question.
Unc is saying something, but we can't hear him.
Hey, check this out, family. Yeah, like I know a lot of people gonna watch this tomorrow. Hey, check us out on Twitch. We're also on Twitch Live right now. We live streaming right now, and yeah, and I just want to say, like next week we're gonna have more women on because I don't want nobody to be up saying it was 4 against 1. So let's get it.
It's not.
Anya, you're
Oh,
doing a
definitely.
no, you're doing a terrific job. But tomorrow, next week we're gonna have We're gonna have smile eyes for you, Anye. But let's keep this going. Let's go, yeah. All right. Let's go.
Can we do back to my question? If you had a good father in your life and that role is so heavy and that's what makes him beneficial as a man, valuable as a man, how can you say as a woman that, hey, this man is this or this man is that or whatever? Like, how can you make them decisions if you got a father in your life? Like, why would you not have your father with you? Like, and this is a little bit bigger than you because I see it as a general thing in most females when they get a certain age, they talk to their mother about relationships and they don't talk to their father, but their father is the sound mind in this. Like he's the stable emotional person in this. So wouldn't it be beneficial and wouldn't it be like a thing if your father said, hey, this guy's a shitty man, then you roll it and say he's a shitty man rather than you coming up with the idea that this man is a shitty man based on certain things that society taught you over what your father taught you?
Your question, you have multiple questions within one question, just so you're fully aware. But just in case you weren't listening to yourself or staying
I
tuned
was
in,
listening. I really asked the same question in like 3 different ways, really. But go ahead.
So, as far as listening to my father or a father, in my point of view,
Hey, father,
I'm
what are
going
you
to.
talking about? You said you had a father in your life,
I'm
so
speaking for
nah,
like
we
a
going
woman, a
direct.
black
We
woman
we
as well.
no, we going direct. I'm talking to you. So you said you have a father, but you said you meet men where you happen to settle. So I'm saying if that's the case, why wouldn't you talk to your father and say this is going on and let your father meet this man and him be the judge because what you consider as settling might not be settling and you could be caught up in what society is saying or social media is saying or what TV or music, like it's a lot of influences out there. So if you got a father of sound mind like you telling me, why would you take that on
I
yourself
never
to
told you
say,
that. I'm speaking for all black women.
no, you said you had a pops that was present in your life.
I cannot speak about my father. Okay, I can speak as
Why
a
not?
black
If it's
woman
your father,
as having a father
why is it?
in a,
Why you can't speak on your father, but you can
because
speak on
I'm
black
here
women?
to
But you're
stand
not
for,
every black
because I
woman.
am a
You're only
black
you.
woman. But
You're
we're not
not
going to talk
every
about
black woman. You're only
we're not
you.
going to talk about my
Hold on.
personal relationships. We're
But
giving
that's
point of
what you
view.
saying. You talking about your personal relationships when you saying that black, like that you settling when you deal with certain men. So
No, I
I'm
said
saying,
women settle.
so now we in outer space with the unknown. We're
No,
saying we
women
can't
do
get an
settle.
answer. We can't get an answer if we in outer space with the unknown.
Okay,
If
check
you
this
gonna
out,
talk
y'all. What we gonna
spatially,
do? Let's go ahead and get on another subject real quick. Let's see what we got here.
Um,
oh
thing I
hell
was told when I began teaching was that most teachers quit within the first 5 years. Well, I made it
oh
to three
man.
years and couldn't take anymore. It was my first time dealing with depression, and I knew I made the right decision when I got into a car accident, and the first thought I had in my head was, at least I don't have to go to work today. That's not normal. And
Okay, y'all, let's switch to the subject of teachers, man. You know, like that's a big subject because we have a handful, the people that do have kids still in school in their life, they have a handful. Do you think it's even worth being a teacher these days? Talk to
Yeah,
me,
They don't make enough, for sure.
I
talk to
agree.
me, Jake.
No, I agree with Anye. They don't make enough to deal with people's badass kids.
They deal with them more than actual parents do. Let's
I
be
think
honest.
that, COVID was one of those things to where parents actually got a chance to see how bad their kids were when you have to deal with them every day, all day. I think
True.
that You know, you got a parent who might be dealing with, let's say, on the top end, maybe 4 kids. And then you got a teacher that's dealing with 35, 40 kids because, you know, they got them crammed into the classrooms. You don't have enough teachers. You don't have enough schools. You know what I mean? And they got to deal with this stuff every day for 9 months. You know what I mean? So I think that they are underpaid and overworked. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. You know what I mean? So I think you need teachers. I think teachers is just as important as firefighters. Shit, you know, police officers or whatever else you got. You know what I mean?
Man,
Because you
real
know,
quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, Snake, but
yeah,
Jay, okay. So what we gonna do, man? We got some firepower for Anya. So somebody in here, they saying, I'll be there. I'll be with help her next week. You can help her tonight. Go ahead and
yeah,
send that email over, and I'll get you in here, and we can help you. We can help Anya out tonight. We'll see what you got to say about
yeah.
last subject that we was on. How y'all feel about that, fellas?
Hey, bring up the more the merrier.
Hey,
Go ahead and send
well,
that email over to your buddy, and email her and tell her to send that email, and I'll get her in the
I got,
J ASAP. So you got some firepower. We great. Y'all ready?
I'm ready
hey,
for it.
hey,
Yeah.
But I
Send me
had a
that
couple
email,
things
and
about that
I'll
though.
definitely send her an invite, and I'll get her in here ASAP because she's dying to fight tonight.
Yeah,
yeah,
We don't like what
hey,
y'all talking about. We love it.
but you know, so to
Let's
touch
go ahead and
on,
talk on that subject of the teacher, though, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in. We're gonna jump back to that other subject.
I mean, I think the thing about teachers
What
are,
is she
you know,
saying?
you don't have. Can you hear
Hey,
yeah,
she
we
said
can.
she don't want that smoke. She said she'll come in next week. So
me?
sorry, yeah. So let's just finish on the teacher. Cause I'm like anybody, if y'all want to bring in that smoke, cause if another female want to come here and bring in that smoke, let's go. Let's go.
hmm
Hey,
Yeah, I
Let's
think
go.
look,
that with the teachers,
wow, go
man, you
ahead, bro.
know, teachers gotta teachers when they decide to teach, you know that they don't make a lot of money, so
Right.
they're doing it out of the love, you know, they're doing it out of the passion for it, you know, and like the lady was saying that, you know, she did it for 3 years, you know, because most teachers don't last 5 years, you know,
Mhm.
it's crazy because shit, I remember having a teacher, man, when I was in the first grade, shit, she taught for I don't know, hell, she was there, she was old when I was there. She was, you know, I mean, I grew up and became grown, and she was still teaching. Like those are teachers that were dedicated. You know what I mean? They know they didn't make a lot of money, but they just they love the kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And they
right.
were dedicated to what they did. You know, now it's about a paycheck, and you know, and they don't pay teachers enough, man. I think I'm always go back to it. They don't pay teachers enough, man, to deal with people's kids, man, and people don't
That's right.
teach their kids how to behave anymore. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
I mean, you know, your kids supposed to behave, even though you don't have your eyes on them, they still supposed to behave. You know, the last thing they want to do is embarrass the name, embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they go to school and act a fool. Shit, you know, I mean, it's another thing too. It's like people supposed to teach their kids at home as well, not just at school. You know, you go to school because that's what you're supposed to do, you know, and then when you come home, the learning don't stop. You know what I
That's right.
mean? You know, it has to be some structure, you
That's
know,
right. I'm
all
gonna
the way
cut
through
in
the
for
flick.
a minute, real quick. Obed Israel said critical race theory is dividing the classroom, and then he said the nation is being divided, so the jury's still out on the classroom that might be totally destroyed. Hey, Obed Israel, what you want to do, man? You want to get in here? If you want to get in here, you know, give me that email, and I'll go ahead and send you a link real quick. And I hate to say it, but we have to gang up on Anya tonight. I mean, she gotta go
When
ahead and reach out. But she
when
got this.
gotta get
No, no,
when
no. She got this. She got this right.
when well, I want to say something for myself. I'm
Because
not
we had
against.
one. I mean, we had one. She said, and I offered to bring her in. She said, "Nah, next week." So you know, like, but Anya got it. Let's go. Let's finish with this teacher stuff, and we're gonna go back to the hot stuff. Right? What you think, Eli, about teachers? You think they get paid enough? What's up, man?
Nah, I don't think they get paid enough at all. And I think it's I don't think you can love it, but it's kind of hard when your bills just keep piling up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it. You can try to love it, but something you love and then you financially like broke, it's just not. It ain't gonna work. You just gonna stress. We ain't on this earth to
So
stress. You
you
know?
how much? So you think how much do you guys? How much do you guys? I'm gonna ask each one of y'all. How much do you think teachers get paid? Go, Anya.
40.
I say about
How much do you
40.
think they should get paid?
Oh, a good 80,
100.
100, 100, 100, between
What
80
you
and
think,
100,
Jay?
depending on,
I say at the very least, 80 grand a year.
yeah,
What you think, Cheese?
80 to 100. Mm-hmm.
I think they make about 40 grand. I think
Yeah.
they should make probably at least 60 grand. Um, I think Jake and Anye was correct. Like they don't make enough money. Um, man, I got so
Yeah,
much to say.
I think about 90 because they are the future. They got
Yeah,
our kids, bro. They
yeah.
babysitter.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
babysitter makes more than they do. They're the
Mhm.
babysitter
Damn.
and the teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it like this. You know, like I was saying,
Bro,
it
about
used to be
120.
a
Go ahead,
time to
Jay.
where, a teacher only had 20, 25 students in a class, maybe.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
now, a teacher might have 35, 30, 40 students in a class, man. You know what I mean? To where, like, how is one person supposed to handle, all of that? Hell, even the person that drives the bus got a fucking bus monitor. You know what I mean? Shit, because you're dealing with so many kids. You know what I mean? Like, they even have a bus monitor for that shit now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, once again, man, you trying to teach a lesson plan, man, and you got this plan, and you got 4 or 5 kids disruptive, and man, it's crazy. You know what I mean? How you ever going to get that under control, man, or you ever going to be able to teach something? You know what I mean? And I also think that parents need to be more involved with that. I know a lot of parents can't because you got both parents working and you got this going on, you got that going on, but shit, these are your kids. Shit, these are your kids too. You know what I mean? And it can't just be all up to a teacher to be dealing with that. Yeah, I came here to teach, but I didn't come here to babysit all day. I came here to teach the
But
kids
even
that's
but even
supposed
with
to.
that, I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like the world is just all about money right now.
It is.
So it's kind of hard for people, like, if you don't plan for something, it's kind of hard for parents to be in, the kid's life, because if you're not set up, and that's why like school is crazy, because like if you're not set up from like the start, you just going to hop in the rat race.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of what Anye was talking about earlier about, if you got a man that he ain't doing shit, what's to keep him from going up to the school to see what's going on from time to time, or the mom that's sitting at home
And
not
work.
doing nothing. I mean, she can go up to the school and volunteer at the school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes just the mere presence. I mean, if you got this mother that shows up on Monday, this another mother shows up on Tuesday. Like, these are the things that, once again, it used to be something that happens. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that no more. You know what I mean? Shit, it'd be somebody's mom up there, shit, in art class and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is all from the time that shit, I can remember being in kindergarten on up, man. People's parents and shit worked at the school. They wasn't teachers, but they was there. You get to showing out in the hallway, man. Shit, they pull you to the side. You know what I'm saying? They let you know. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like a factory. You know what I'm saying? Everything is this, and this. You know what I'm saying? But you're not teaching them anything. And then it's a wonder why reading is down, math is down. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that you really need is down. You know what I'm saying? But shit, a kid can sing a Chris Brown song that they ain't got no business singing. They can do this that they ain't got no business doing. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't that they can't learn. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they overwhelmed with learning from tests, and you learning how to test, but you don't learn common sense shit though. You know what I
And or
mean?
just teaching themselves. I've
And
seen students have to teach themselves.
I mean,
Open
and
this
that's the
book
thing.
because that teacher unfortunately is wore out, because that is
Yeah.
possibly they work 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes a factor as well. So you don't have those teachers, like y'all said, giving it their all to teach.
And
Um,
no, but I mean, you might have a teacher giving they all, but
yeah,
man, with 40
just
kids,
tired.
I mean,
Yeah, just tired.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm spent. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's where I fall on that, though. I mean, I just think
I
they
can even bring
underpaid and
it down
overworked.
to childcare.
Mm-hmm.
You potty training these kids, and then you send them home for that weekend, and you have to retrain them all again because that
Yeah,
parent had them that weekend and just did
and didn't
not
do
put that
right.
time
Mm-hmm.
into.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah,
it's a vicious
yeah,
cycle.
yeah. So I don't know. What else you got for us, Keith?
Let me see what I got, man. Let me see what I got for you, man. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. We worked on the immigration. We worked on men, women. What's the subject you interested in, man?
Oh man, I'm versed in everything, Keith. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hit it. What's up? You ain't got to go to bed, that's for sure. What's up?
You know, no, I'm just man. I mean, you know, we were talking about marriage. We was talking about relationships and everything like that. You know, and my thing is, you know, I know a lot of people not going to agree with it, but the thing is, you don't have enough fathers, you don't have enough brothers, you don't have enough people that's vetting some of these guys. Shit, I'm gonna just call them shit balls. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you need that. You know, hell, truth be told, I mean, I know it ain't the popular thing, but you know, shit, what you need to have the fathers picking these dudes out for these women because it ain't working their way. They can't seem to find the right one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it was a
Jake,
time.
real quick.
We had
Somebody hit in the text and they said, Jake, we want to hear a topic you're passionate about.
I'm passionate about everything. That's the thing. You know, I don't have no single passion about any subject. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know,
he's in that kitchen messing with pots and stuff. Go ahead, bro.
You know, but yeah, so I'm saying that, you know, like I got 3 girls, so for me, it's like, you know, if you can't do it, then what's wrong with going to your father and saying, hey, you know, talking to your father about it, like Cheese was saying, instead of your mom about it. You know, what your mother know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the women, they don't know what it's like to be out here dating because shit, they've been kept for the last 20 years, 30 years. You don't know. And the world around us has actually changed. You see what I'm saying? So all I hear is this dude over here is a fuck boy, or he's a mama's boy, or he's this and he's that, and you know, and so forth and so on. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. But the thing is, because he didn't have a father that was there, that was doing this and doing that. And then the problem that y'all have is y'all had fathers that were in your life. So you have the example of what a father is supposed to be and what a father's supposed to do. Shit. And 80% of that shit is just showing up. You know what I mean? It ain't how much money you got. It ain't this. It ain't that. It's just shit being there. You know what I'm saying? Goes back to what I was saying, about presence. Sometimes it's just the presence. You know what I mean? See how this shit comes full circle? You know?
No circles. I see squares. Because y'all not supposed to know me on here.
Say you geometrically opposed to it,
huh? Not necessarily the topic of that per se, but we're not speaking about my direct livelihood.
No. I'm not saying that. So what I'm saying is people, you know what I'm saying, who have fathers in their lives. You know, their lives are different. And you can see the difference of a person who do have a father, a person to a person who don't. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for rewording that.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know. So
yeah.
When you look at all these different things, it's like, yeah, the guy that was on here talking about, you know, men hating women, it ain't that. Like you say, he's a predator. He's on the hunt. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a difference between telling a girl, hey, meet me around the corner and I'm gonna pick you up. See, that's a woman who probably don't have no father in her life. You see what I'm saying? Because
same difference.
Your father would say, nah, that nigga can't meet you around there. Where you going? Nah, have him, if he can't come to the house, you automatically know he ain't shit. See what I'm saying? He ain't the one for you. He ain't man enough to even come here and meet your people. He ain't the one for you. At least not long term anyway. You see what I'm saying? So these are it's just the little things, you know what I'm saying, that makes a big difference in a person's life, in a person's relationship. You know, at least that's my opinion.
Yeah, but every woman is not, or every girl is not going to bring that guy around, because essentially he may not be the person that you actually want to be in a relationship with. What about that?
Why waste your time?
As
yeah, good point.
Why waste your time?
Why waste your time?
Because
if
are we speaking it regarding a girl, or are we speaking regarding a woman? Because when you're a girl and
a
you're a little bit
girl, a
younger,
woman, we all fallible human beings.
you're not looking for that husband. Let's be 110. You're not
We
looking for
talking
that
about
husband. You're
everybody is
looking
fallible
for
human beings.
situations that are just convenient for you, and
Mhm.
you just want to have fun.
How is
Now,
something convenient that's destructive, or like you said, want to have fun? Like that just more proves kind of what Jake is saying and what I'm saying. Like, why would you not include your father in that as a black woman around the world that has a father? You know, all the black women around the world, why would you not include your father just for simply the few things that you are saying?
so
Is like
you,
to
so
to have fun, or say to deal with a man, but not on the level of marriage. Like, why would you
okay,
waste
so
your
every
time?
woman that you dealt with, you wanted to marry her.
As again, back to square one. Everything that makes you valuable as a woman is not gonna make me valuable as a man. If you being a
Women
virgin,
and
that
men
hold
all
on,
have the
hold on,
same
hold on,
need.
hold on, hold
They
on, hold
all
on,
have the
hold
No,
same
we
on,
don't.
need.
No,
hold
we don't.
on, hold
No,
on.
we don't.
Don't
Yeah,
shut me
No,
down.
we
no,
do.
we
If
We
don't.
you
do.
being if you being a virgin as a woman brings you valuable, that's not gonna bring me value as a man. We are two different creatures, so we can't play that game. So back to what I was saying, if you're going to be in a relationship with a man for fun, why wouldn't you use a father to help you make that decision? Somebody who loves you and has guidance and protection for you. Why wouldn't you use him as a guide when you're not equipped to make that decision?
You're not making a decision of any sort. You're just saying
If
that I
you
wanted to
dealing with
have fun right
somebody,
now. You're not dealing. You're
if you having
you're
fun with
trying to
somebody,
find. Wait, you're trying to deal with that man as if you want him to be your husband. You're gonna treat every situation differently accordingly to what you want out of it.
I'm
If I know
saying
that it's a person,
why give it any energy? Why give it any time, any
because
whatever?
that's
If
where
you
my
see,
mindset is. My mindset is not on to
that's why
as
we
a girl,
saying
as a
why
girl,
not
or
use your
as a boy
father?
being younger, whether father
Why not
included or
use your
not,
father
you're not
though?
gonna bring every woman, or you're not gonna bring
Why not? We
every
not the
girl around.
same. We not the same. A
It
mother
doesn't
don't make
matter.
a decision for
It
a
doesn't
mother
matter.
don't make a
You're not
decision
gonna
for a young man marrying a wife. His mother don't make the decision. I'm
you're
saying
not you're not
if you're a woman and you're saying you're not going to marry every man you're dealing with, that's just doubling down on my point of why not use your father. Like, what's the
no, you're
benefit?
using
Business
your
is still
fire.
open tonight. The
We can't hear you.
What happened there?
Okay, check this out, guys. We're gonna go to another subject real quick. Okay, another subject real quick. All right, y'all ready?
owners tell business is still open tonight. The owners telling me they won't allow a few bad apples to disrupt their service to this community. We're talking 10 years this Mexican restaurant has been here. They say they've never had, seen, or even imagined this type of violence taking place. A warning to our viewers, the video you're about to see is a bit graphic. Savage and brazen. A Pilsen waitress repeatedly punched and stumped, allegedly by customers displeased with their food.
After like 5 minutes, they leave, they come back.
The restaurant owner says 2 women came in ordering tacos and margaritas to go. They eventually returned demanding a refund, allegedly with more than half of the food eaten and the drinks nowhere to be found.
When the ladies come back, almost her food is done.
Here you can see the waitress on the phone apparently calling her manager. At the same time, unhappy patrons now pulling down decorations. When the server intervenes, the second woman throws a punch. And from there, for nearly 2 minutes, the 23-year-old victim on the ground taking one blow after another.
This is unacceptable. It must be condemned strongly. And also there has to be accountability.
It happened Saturday inside El Taco Azteca.
Let me ask you guys something. Hey, let me ask you guys something. We all know Did that waitress say something smart to her, Anya?
I guarantee you she did.
Yeah, because she just came back. They came back. Their food wasn't right, and she just wanted her money back for her food, right? Because I guess since COVID, you could take alcohol out of the restaurant, so I guess they ordered like tequilas and then the food. So for a woman to act like that and for them to get on her like that, did she get out of pocket?
I mean, essentially, she did. I mean, she may be okay with going to jail.
No, I'm saying did the waitress get out of pocket?
Calling the
Get beat
manager?
to get beat like that. Did you hear me? What you think, Jay? We dealing with Chicago. You know them chicks don't play.
They
Someone was
definitely
saying
got
right,
disrespectful.
sent that off, right?
They definitely got
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Well, I mean, more than likely, I mean, they said the shit was half eaten, so shit, they probably tried it wasn't right. Who knows, man? Hell, maybe they ate a taco that was supposed to be this. It was supposed to be pork, but shit, it ended up being beef. I don't know. Maybe, hell, a small taco. I don't know. Maybe they
But the
looked at
messed
it.
up part,
They take
she
it
gave him
back.
tequila ahead of
They
time.
take it back, and somebody said, hey, well, you didn't eat half of the order or whatever. This, that, and the third. And they wanted their bread back. So she probably
You
said
see
something
how they
slick.
hopped on her head though.
Like I said, yeah, like I said, man, they're only going to tell you so much of it. You know what I mean? And you hear from the girls who jumped on her, they'll say she said something else, and then she'll say something because she got her ass kicked. You see what I'm saying? Well, I didn't say anything, and a lot of times people do. So, shit.
But
My
think
thing
about it,
is,
for them to start tearing stuff off the restaurant, and
my thing is
then
always this though: if somebody is going to come back to your store, you know what I'm saying? Then obviously it was something that was wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like most people will take that shit, they're gonna take the L on that shit. They're not coming back to the store to bring the shit back and demand the money back.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you had 2 people do that shit a week, man, that shit ain't gonna have your business closed down. So I mean, come on now, give them their money back, man, and you save yourself negative publicity or what have you, man, or whatever, and get on and everybody keep on moving, man.
Did you see that
That's my
piece?
thing.
What happened? Did you leave?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. So do you think it's okay if we go in a restaurant? Say you go in a restaurant, you spend your money. You know stuff is extra expensive now, and then on top of that, you don't order some drinks. They allow drinks to go now because of COVID. And then your food's not right. You go in, you tell the person, "Hey, look, check this out. This shit cold. This blah blah blah." And then she say, "Well, stick it up your ass. I ain't giving you nothing back." This your right to. And then, and then your buddy, you with your buddy, they swing. You know how we roll. So was that justifiable? Was that ass kicking justifiable?
Hey, they said that they ate more than half the food.
That's what they fucking said. Nigga,
Oh, okay. I
have you
got
ever
you.
had a mini taco? A mini taco,
Yeah.
one bite is half the food, right, Snake?
Right.
Yeah, no
Right.
doubt.
Right,
All
No
nigga?
right.
doubt.
All right. All right.
Right,
So
Eli?
yeah.
You take a bite,
All right.
probably one bite, probably the whole thing.
Right. Right. Okay. So then it's just
Good,
simple
Eli.
then.
Now,
As
good now,
as
right?
as adults, it ain't never okay to just put your hands on nobody. So we could just take it from that stance that it ain't never okay to lose your cool or flip the fuck out or whatever. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
but it
saying?
depends on what environment you come from.
No, no,
Some of
it
them,
don't.
no,
No.
wait. Some of the environments that we come from, you gotta put your hands on people.
Ain't no we because everybody ain't like we.
Well,
So it ain't a
let me
black
ask Snake,
thing
where
from
you come
from
from, do you have to put your hand where you as younger raising up? If somebody disrespect you, do you have to put
that
your
ain't
hands?
disrespect. That ain't
It's
disrespect.
disrespect. We don't
That
know what
ain't
she did to this
disrespect.
lady,
That's
If you're
business.
disrespectful,
bro. I'm putting no
if you're
It's
business on her.
disrespected,
it's basically how you want to see it, but at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing going on in your life, then yeah, you gonna clown over some food. But if you got a lot going on in your life and a lot to lose, you probably ain't even gonna go back to the store because it ain't gonna be worth your time. So that's basically for people who ain't got nothing going on.
That's true, but in this age and time, okay, so
Same
we're
demo.
all listen, we're all in safe places right now. We can say all 4 of us are in safe places, but years ago we probably wasn't. Definitely, I know Snake wasn't, I wasn't, and you wasn't. So I'm telling you, like 20 years ago, if you did not act on that incident, you will be pushed over all the time, right?
Nah.
You're tested all the time, right? Now
If
we're
it's
good. Yeah, we
it's
can go in the restaurant now and walk out like nothing never happened. But what about 20 or 30 years ago?
it's all about your mentality, because every restaurant gonna have multiple chefs, multiple cooks, and you can get one caliber of food one Monday and get a whole different demo Tuesday. So you can't say
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna tear up the place
Go
but
just
if
ahead,
you
Frank.
because
but
Go ahead, Frank.
your favorite chef wasn't in there. It like you never going in the eyes of the law, as far as adults and self control, you never gonna justify clowning like that. Like they never win that battle in court or nowhere to say, "Hey, my food wasn't right," and clowning like that. It's just if it ain't hitting like that and you really feel strongly about it, don't go back. Leave them a bad review. Like,
yeah,
or
but see that's the
if you
thing
got
though.
really something going on in life, you don't do nothing. You just don't go back. You ain't even got time to leave a review.
So
But
you
see
ain't
that's
putting your hands on nobody?
I ain't never. I've already had this happen, and I ain't never put my hands on
Yeah,
nobody
at
behind
this
no
level
stupid
in your
stuff.
life, but I'm talking about a level of Southside Chicago.
Yeah.
I've
I would
already
have
had
to
it.
agree,
Everybody's getting
especially
mad at
if you're, yeah,
everybody's getting mad at you. You have
and not
to.
only that, what if it was your last $5? What if it was your
hmm
last
That's what I just
Well,
$10?
that's what
said.
I was
And
If
gonna
you
she's
say
ain't
right
gonna
saying,
there.
leave,
I
and
was gonna
she's
that's
say
what I.
that.
saying, she's saying, well, I don't care. I mean, go ahead and eat it. Look like you ate most of it or half of it or took a bite anyway. I guarantee you, where that location was, she was being smart, and it
Yeah,
could have been the young girl's last $10, $15, environment or not. Do I agree with it? No, by any means, because jail is jail. She just gonna be somebody cupcake in jail. It is what it is. But as far as standing up for herself, she probably had to do so due to the fact of
How are you standing up
some.
for yourself if you go to jail? What's
Hey
the
man,
benefit of that?
Facts.
hey man, look, I'm
Facts.
I'm I'm
You
I'm
lost
from the
that battle all day.
yeah, I'm from the I think it's a time and place to put your hands on anybody. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm from that school of
that's
shit.
right.
So you say something, you do something out of pocket. You know,
It
see
is what it is.
the problem that you have with today is
Everything's recorded,
people don't get
and
their ass kicked
everything
enough.
is
That's right.
recorded.
See, when we was coming up, you get hit in the mouth. The fastest way to keep somebody from talking shit, you hit them in the mouth.
That's
See what
right.
I'm saying? You
Yep.
can't talk with a mouth full of blood. That's how I look at it. Your teeth coming out, you ain't doing a whole lot of talking. So the
Because
thing
the
about
saying I
that
used
is
to say,
now ain't nobody scared to get punched in the face. You see what I'm
That's right.
saying?
No,
what
that's
And
your
and
facts.
parents
and,
didn't
and
teach you,
you
let me
know,
go ahead and teach you.
and you can
Right.
record me whooping your ass because I'm gonna whoop your ass though. And I might go to jail for it though. You know what I mean? It ain't no thing. You know what I mean? I might go to jail, but you gonna know you can't do that no more. I bet you that.
Right.
You
You
know what I'm
ain't, I
saying?
bet you ain't gonna do it again.
Shit. You know, I bet you won't do
mm.
that to me. You might do it to
Right.
somebody else, but you gonna
Right.
remember this ass whooping.
Hey
Cause
Jay,
whether I shake you up by the collar or whether I kick you in the face, it's all the same charge. I'm gonna
That's
get my
hey
right.
money's
That's
Jay,
worth.
right.
I
That's
would
right.
Dig
say
that?
it's worse now because it is less fighting going on, but I think it's more shooting going on.
I
So
mean,
For
Yeah.
even on that
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
What it
on
gotta
that
be.
I know.
demo,
It depends
it's
But
on
even
I
worse.
think
what area you in. Because
But
I'm
you
telling
talking
you,
about the worst of
disrespect
the
is not
worst.
tolerated.
You
Now,
talking about the worst of the worst. So it's gonna be shooting. It
but
really ain't gonna be a whole lot of fighting.
where we at now, we're good. You know, people can burn my food, and I'll just be like, okay, and I'll walk away. But I'm telling you, in my younger years, in the situation we's at, if we offer harding, whether we in bad neighborhoods or whatever, you have to stand up. If you don't, you're gonna get kicked up every time. Okay. Now
yeah.
you can burn my food. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm saying that's where you just don't go back though. It still don't give you the green light to put your hands on
Sometimes people
nobody.
can't even get out of their neighborhoods,
but
bro.
but you think about it like this. She went back though. Like how far did she leave
That's
to go back to this
that's what I'm
restaurant?
saying. And not only that,
Try to talk to the manager, and then next thing you know, they just fired off. They jumped on this girl. Like is somebody really jumping on you because of nothing? Like come on, man.
that's what
If
I'm
that was the
saying.
case, they would have came in and immediately fired on her though. Like you see what
Man.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
But they
that's
didn't.
what I'm saying. You go back don't mean you gonna win just because you got an attitude. Or just because you
I
mad.
mean,
Well,
Back
I
with
mean,
it's
an
not
I
an
attitude
attitude no
between.
more. If you're on that level and if you live in the ghetto, it's a principle. It's a principle.
yes.
Because if you don't go,
You
you're
gonna
gonna
get
get
taught
messed over every time.
you gonna get taught a whole nother principle.
I'm not. It's like they didn't. They beat that ass. Period.
Exactly.
I mean, and then like I said, I mean, the thing is, man. I mean, we didn't all been to gas stations and everything like that. I done been to a gas station where they tried to keep my change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, give me all my motherfucking change. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it ain't nothing but like 13 cents. It's like it don't make no difference. It's my 13 cents though.
That's right.
But because they standing behind that glass or this, that, and the other, and they used to doing that shit to people in the neighborhood. And they foreigners. You know what I'm saying? But they used to taking advantage of people in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. And it's like, no, man. Like, but when you don't stand up for yourself, that's the kind of things that happen. You know what I mean? And I didn't have that happen to me a couple times when I went back home. And I was like, nah, give me my shit.
That's right. I didn't went back home, man, and I didn't went to a store in the neighborhood, and I watched them treat the people in front of me so bad.
Absolutely.
I was like, I'm leaving out of here. I promise. I was like, I can't believe y'all treating people like this. And that's because people have to depend on them. People don't have transportation. And you got to understand, people will treat you different when they think you're not able. And if once they understand that you're the only thing that they have, they will treat you bad. And I don't play that. I was like, man, I wish I would give you some of my money. And he looked at me like, what? Yeah, where you from? I'm across the country. But y'all crazy. Like, no, I would not spend my money. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, so sometimes, man, it's just where sometimes you get fed up. We don't know if that's the first time that didn't happen. The second time, like, we only seeing clips of how they reporting it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this might have been the last straw. She said, if they don't get my money back this time, shit, I'm gonna tear this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and who knows? She might have had an issue with this particular waitress.
That's right.
Before.
That's right.
Maybe she had an issue on it when she came in the first time and got something, and all she had to do was make a snarky remark, and she got her face kicked in. It happens like that.
That's right. Hold on, y'all guys.
Waiting on you to do something.
Whoever's still in that chat, go ahead and put me a K in. Go ahead and put me a K in. Put me something in. Let me know you still with us. But yeah, definitely different strokes for different folks. Where I'm from, we don't tolerate that because it can be hurt people, man. And people, when they think you need them, they will treat you different, man. Put that K in, please. Thank you. You still with me? Put that K in the chat. Yeah, but yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, this has been a great conversation. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, you really have to look at stuff from different perspectives, man. And that's what talking's about. Looking at stuff from different perspectives. Like, I guarantee you, they went in there and they was like, "This is cold," and she's like, "Fuck you! I'm not doing nothing else." And then they start. If they're tearing the decorations off, they're pissed. And then girl was trying to buck, and one girl got with her, but you know how it go. That's just how it go, man. So like now you can burn my food, you can do whatever. I'm gonna walk out. I went to Cracker Barrel, they burned my pancake, sent it back. Then they burnt the double. The blueberries inside was raw, and I just left it alone. I walked away. I didn't go in the back and whoop nobody's ass. But
it's some people
we're in
like
the
that,
hood. Dude, you have to
fling the blueberry pancakes.
Yeah, like blueberries all over you, bro. Like, and you're gonna be fixing my food all over again with a pumpkin head. It's just different. Hey, like Naughty by Nature said, if you ain't from the hood, don't come to the hood, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, or I mean, say you do know some good things. All she had to do was just keep writing, keep reporting. Could have called. I mean, there's different ways and smart ways to go about things. If you don't want to get your hands dirty in that form, you want to hit where it actually really hurts. You could do it on a business type level. You reporting, you seen things,
or just the food costs $2 to fix. Giving them some fresh food.
Just that simple, man. You dealing with food, so you're gonna have waste anyway. You see what I'm saying? So
they're throwing it out at night.
We're talking about tacos, man. like straight up, we're talking about tacos, though. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Just get somebody some fresh food, You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, man.
But
they
they was
money
in
back.
Chicago. What food spot was they at?
You know
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
taco. It was a taco shop.
A taco
Oh,
shop.
dang,
You
that's
know what I
crazy.
mean?
That's
So
crazy.
yeah. So I mean, come on, man. Once again, it goes back to like, damn, this is how y'all treat people. Now you're gonna have people to say, you know what, we ain't even gonna mess with them like that. You see what I'm saying? For whatever the reason, because we don't want them doing us like that, or I mean, it's bad publicity, man. Just like I said, man. And then girl done got mollywopped in there, so now all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Man, I ain't seen nobody get whooped like that. One was on her, and then the other one went across the top.
Yeah, like
She probably like, damn, I'm getting body shots and head shots.
This is crazy.
Wait, you see it?
You know what I'm saying?
You seen it?
I'm gonna show you right now.
Show you the
I
clip.
think you may have.
Along West Cermak Road, 25th Ward Alderman Byron Cincho Lopez saying minority Pilsen waitress repeatedly punched and stuck brazen.
Watch this.
Savage and brazen. A Pilsen waitress repeatedly punched and stumped, allegedly by customers displeased with their food.
After like 5 minutes, they come back.
The restaurant owner says 2 women came in ordering tacos and margaritas to go. They eventually returned demanding a refund, allegedly with more than half of the food eaten and the drinks nowhere to be found.
When the ladies come back, almost her food is done.
Here you can see the waitress on the phone apparently calling her manager. At the same time, unhappy patrons now pulling down decorations. When the server intervenes, the second woman throws a punch. And from there, for nearly 2 minutes, the 23-year-old victim on the ground taking one blow after another.
This is unacceptable. It must be condemned strongly. And also there has to be accountability.
It happened Saturday inside El Taco Azteca along West Cermak Road. 25th Ward Alderman Byron Cincho Lopez saying minority business owners already have it tough enough.
Our community is known for being a good host. We have a vibrant neighborhood with great restaurants, great people that work there.
With the vicious attack still happening, owner Martha Garcia eventually entered and was able to stop the fight. Police say the attackers quickly took off as the waitress was transported to the hospital. Owners now demanding the customers be brought to justice. Are you afraid that they could do this at another restaurant?
Dang.
Bro.
Hey, they beat her ass for 2 minutes.
Bro,
That's
they
a good
beat
ass in there,
the
boy.
brakes off of her, bro.
That's a good ass kicking right there, boy. 2 minutes?
But I don't know if y'all missed the part where she walked up. She looked like she kind of low key like bucked on her.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
That. She looked like she kind of like buck the waiter, kind of like bucking, and at that point, as a human being, you feel threatened. We could have talked about this, and if they came back within a 5 to 10 minute time frame without their drinks, their food was incorrect. Something was incorrect about their food. Because you're not gonna bring your drink back, you just expect your food to be thick.
You gotta learn
what I'm saying?
Like stiff drinks for the wrong people.
Yeah. That definitely edged. Oh, listen, that definitely edged on
extra
for sure.
strong for you, for you to whoop your ass. And when they say half the food, them mini tacos. Those mini tacos is 1.5 bites, really. Come on, man.
The news definitely sometimes exaggerate things as well. So like one taco and it's still 7 in there.
Hey, what time was it? Because them many tacos be hit.
Know now though.
It was a Taco Tuesday for sure.
Hey,
she wanted her money.
And that was the last $5 too.
I'm telling you, it was her last
$5.
All she wanted was her shit correctly. In a minute.
And that was her last. That last mean a lot, dude. Shoot. You just swipe my card, all I got is $20.
And if you bucking up on some tacos that you should have made correctly.
Up. And she was kind of she was helling the first girl. They was doing it. That's why the other girl had to step up. And she was ready to go. She walked up
she walked up to her on her. You can't expect, and again, you're in Chicago. She knew better. You're in that environment. You just walk up on people. Come on now.
That's right.
Especially if you hear them hostile like that, you're gonna try to back up.
Yeah, what environment your restaurant in. And you know where your restaurant located.
It's about to go down.
Yes, they don't want
It's
the
Taco
tequila back.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday for sure.
Taco tag that ass.
No, for
$1.99.
Hey, I feel bad. They was beating the brakes off that girl.
What's up, G? What you doing, man?
It was a taco tag that
Hey,
ass.
hey, she's ready to go back to the other subject.
Nah, I'm chilling. Hey, if I can help somebody, hey E,
Hey, she's got no.
hey E, if I can help somebody out in any
He said
way,
a
I
lot on my
will.
mind right
But
now.
I say on the subject of the tacos,
Hey, she's got no.
girl just didn't duck. That's all.
Oh,
She just
snap.
forgot to duck. You
You
know,
didn't
it's
look
just
up
that simple.
percentages.
Hey, she forgot to duck. That's all.
Oh, snap.
I know what you want.
Hey, she's about to be like them Taco
Let's go back to
Tuesday.
what you. I know what you want to hear, Cheese. Let's go back to what you want to hear. Let's.
He's hurt. He hates women. Number 3, these are the kind of guys you see that they're always competing with women.
Same women that are in my comments screaming, not all women want to be married. That's not everybody's goal. Those are the women who want to be married and they just are not. Those are the women who desperately want a man, right? And they've convinced themselves that they don't, and they don't need a man. So when they see a woman who has what they want, their go-to is, well, I don't want that. It's okay to want it. It's okay to be honest with yourself that I do want it, I don't have it, and I need to figure out why I don't have that man. Right? I feel like there's this constant thing about, again, you focus always on single women. My focus is on wanting to change the community. And to change the community and amongst Black people, we have to bring back families, bring men and women together in a healthy way. Women need to recognize why we are where we are. Because getting in the comments, fighting.
Let me ask you guys something real quick. What's a healthy relationship? What's your definition of a healthy relationship, Cheese?
I have no idea.
No, Cheese. What's your definition of a healthy relationship?
Definitely a reciprocal relationship, meaning both people are putting in the same amount of energy into the relationship. But also, too, when it comes to relationships are a whole lot easier when both people come healed. Like if you bring a lot of trauma from previous relationships or from your childhood, and you think you're gonna have success with somebody, like you really setting yourself up for failure. So I say come healed and be reciprocal, and I think that's a recipe for success. Go ahead, Onion. Let's
You
hear
know
it.
how long it takes to come healed, though?
I would definitely
Hey,
say communication. Communication in every form of relationship is going to be authentically the main key. Communication within communication within have that umbrella where the trust, the loyalty, the just everything will fall underneath that umbrella.
that's the
And
heal part.
yeah, but everybody don't come heal again.
So then you're
Didn't
not
we
ready
speak
for a
about that whole?
relationship. You're not ready for a relationship if you don't come healed.
Everybody's
Like,
never. I personally don't feel like most people don't start relationships healed, but that's just my opinion when it comes to
and
that.
most people relationships fail. So that lines up. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's like, what are you communicating if you're not healed? Like, are you bringing just trauma? Are you bringing destructive things?
But
Like,
the main
what's being brought to the table if you're not healed? Like, what do it matter what you communicating if it's not proper?
but it's not like he said what's the main key, and my response to that would be communication, healed or not. That's gonna have to be
That's two different
the
types of
main.
communications: healed and no and unhealed
No,
communication.
communication comes in all forms. Again, whether it's a personal
Communication is
relationship,
sharing
work
ideas, but
relationship, that's not true. Communication,
is
you gotta,
basically
not
sharing
only do you have to
ideas. So
listen, something you're not doing right now, you also have to listen.
I mean, we can both say that.
Something you're not doing right now. No. Uncle's talking.
Hey, you guys, real quick, let's go over some comments. Number one is communication, guys. Talk, but you can't control falling in love. Salute hosts and chat. Healthy relationship built on trust, honesty, and respect. Gossip talk. People don't come healed. Not all fail. And gossip talk. How about let's heal together? All right, let's go.
They just summed up everything that I just said.
But everybody
Well,
keeps
they
forgetting
definitely said what I said also, but
People
what
don't come healed. You
then they're
said
not ready
need
to
to
be in a
come healed.
relationship. It's just like you saying you want to start a business and you don't have no money. Like you're not ready to start a business. Just because people do it because they dysfunctional in every aspect of their life and the relationship is just another aspect of their life, don't mean that what you're saying is like a great thing. Like just because that's the majority of society is doing.
Most people don't
I'm
come
sorry,
healed
you
in
guys. Break,
relationships.
real quick. Let's go to the comments. There's not a mentally well person yet. Damn.
So that means nobody comes in a relationship healed.
So
You're healing one
Yeah.
another. That's where that
Yeah.
communication comes into
You
Yeah,
play.
broken. That's not
You're
how it
gonna
works.
break, yes,
Broken
on
people.
average. You want that woman to come
Nah,
into your life because
no.
again, let's bring it back to the socks. You need your socks washed, right?
That ain't got nothing to do
So
with healed or
yeah,
unhealed.
so you're gonna want that woman to know how to
And
do those
again,
laundry. You're
like
gonna
I
want that
said, it
woman
was
to
a
be able to do
joke,
this.
IA.
You're not gonna come healed. Most people on average don't come healed.
So
You
why
think two
why are so
broken
many people
people,
broken?
you thinking two broken people are gonna heal each other? That's not realistic. That's like two broke people making each other rich. It's not realistic.
Okay, let's go to the chats.
You gotta do some
Everybody,
work.
let's go to the chats real quick. I'm sorry. Everybody has baggage that they're not dealing with. So they saying it's like, I guess what Oprah
Everybody
is
need
real
to heal.
saying. Everybody got some fucked up shit about them.
Yeah.
We deep into this chat now, so we can kind of cuss a little bit. So everybody got some fucked up stuff about them, and everybody's bringing some fucked up baggage. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah.
But that's where that communication comes into play.
What about just understanding?
I
Again,
forgot
falls
Jake was here.
that understanding falls in the play of listening, which falls under the umbrella of communication. You have
Jake, we forgot you
communication,
was here, brother.
I'm
you
just
have the communication.
I ain't never seen Jake listen so much.
Hey, Jake, we forgot you was here, my man.
Hey,
Hey,
Jake,
I'm learning, man. I'm
Jake,
learning. You know, I'm
Jake
learning.
been incognito,
Hey,
bro.
hey, so if you not healed and somebody's communicating with you, you're going to twist what they're saying because you're not healed. So, like the communication again ain't no benefit to neither one of y'all. Like
But
it's
you're going to
just gonna be
communicate that. You're going to communicate that.
if you come to have war, everything that somebody says out of their mouth is gonna be used as a bullet. So it don't matter like that.
You're not
It's
always going to come to war though. That's the whole point of the relationship.
I'm
You're going
saying
to you're going to
healed people don't come to a relationship for war. That was a sample. I'm
Let's go to
saying
the chats real quick, y'all guys.
healed
I'm
people.
sorry. Let's go to the chats real quick. Israel said true, and that's by design of this nation. And then he said the dysfunction of the black family is by design. Until we come back together as one nation, we will never unite mentality. And then Gossip Talk said, geez, who wants to war?
Who said that?
It's one of the comments. Geez, who wants to war?
Who said that?
Gossip Talk. Go ahead, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why is there so many people that's broken? Like, why does everybody need to be healed from something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit just is, man. You know, I mean, hell, you can learn to walk. You know what I'm saying? With only a couple of toes. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you just, yeah, you might start off this way, but this is just who you are at this point. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like these are the things, man. You have to take people where they are, man. You got to deal with people who they are. Everybody's not going to be where you are. Everybody's not going to, no matter how much they try, they're not going to get to where you are. You know what I'm saying?
So we got to settle.
So once again, you have to get to a situation where you have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? An understanding is everything in every relationship. You may not like me.
Say that again,
Like
Eli.
me.
Say that again, Eli. What we coming back to in full? Younger generation.
No, I'm saying that because you saying I don't listen. I don't care. I'm just,
Y'all gonna have to settle at some point.
Let's go to the
yeah.
chats. Obed, let's go to the
It's
chats.
called
Obed
settling.
Israel. Let's go to the chats. Obed Israel said our identity was stolen. Then we got another one. I like Jake. And then another one said, so again, this is called settling. Then Obed Israel said, and they told us that we were nothing and we should hate each other. They taught all the nations that they should hate us. We see ourselves the way the rest of the people see us. And then we had another comment. Thank you for commenting. That part, not everyone has been broken, and some traumas are healed with time, such as a death. Wow. Okay.
I think
Thank you for the comment. Go ahead.
I think you have to heal. You have to want to be healed. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, communication is definitely one of those, but also understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
for real, for real. Because
But
if you can't learn how to be healed, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this thing where it's like maybe I just need to shut up and just learn it. You know what I'm saying? I may not understand it right now, but I might understand it later on. Especially if a person is trying to help me. You know?
but what
Mm-hmm.
Unc asked was, what was the main? I don't. What was the main basically word or meaning that you would use to form a relationship first? What comes primary in a relationship first? And my what I
Respect.
said was communication. And the reason why I said communication, because underneath that umbrella of communication, you're going to have the understanding. You're going to have listening. That falls under the form of communication. Communication is just not one way, it's both ways. Okay. That understanding is comprehending. But what are you comprehending? I'm comprehending what you're stating. Therefore, I'm listening to what you're saying. And guess what? That falls under the umbrella of communication.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a relationship where there is personal, formal, work environment, communication is going to need to be the main key in order for you to thrive in every form of relationship.
No, that's
Because
right.
it's called coding. And in other words, it's called coding. I'm not going to be fighting everybody I come into contact at work just because I'm from Chicago out south. I'm going to go to work and show a different form of myself because guess what? Unfortunately, I have to do that form of communication with my work buddies so I don't get fired because I need that money at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Again, a form of communication is just different.
But it's an understanding as well, like you were saying, it all falls under the same thing. But you also have to have a mutual respect for one another. I think that what
Sure.
comes in a lot of times today is people don't have a mutual respect for one another.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to like you, but I still have to respect you, or you have to
Hands
respect
down.
me in order for it all to work. Now, it's the simple things. It's like we can be neighbors. We don't have to like one another. You know what I'm saying? But I don't come in your yard, you don't come in mine. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about a relationship is, you just have to come into a situation where you respect that person. You know what I mean? Then you come into a situation where you listen and you learn. So it is about communication. But see, the thing is people always want to tell people what they want from them, but they don't never accept that maybe this person don't have it for you. Maybe this is all that a person can give. And sometimes it's not what you want, but it's exactly what you need at that time. And that's about having that understanding. Shit, this person right here might go to work and give you every dollar he got. It might not be a lot, but he's willing to give it all 100%.
Right.
Might go to work.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the chats real quick. Let's go to the chats real quick. It said healing takes therapy and good self talks, trust, and then it's like Obed Israel said you can't communicate and you can't do anything together without trust. That's what's still in our identity and turning black women against black men did to us. It's the pathology of sickness. And then we got another comment. What comes first in a relationship for me is trust. If I don't trust you, This is done off rep. Then
That's
Obey
facts.
Israel said, until black people see each other as their brothers and sisters, they will always discount each other as nothing by design. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's facts.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I mean. Like where do you start? Because a lot of people, like, in order to fix anything, you got to know what's wrong. I can walk into the hospital. If I don't know what's wrong, they don't know what to fix.
All right.
See what I'm saying? So if you go into a relationship and you don't know what it is that needs to be fixed,
All right.
so how do you fix it before you get into a relationship? Or you find someone. You know what I mean?
All right.
Or could it be possibly you are broken and you get into this relationship and it's the person right here that can fix you?
Yeah.
Maybe this is the piece. Maybe you didn't get enough hugs, and this person right here is gonna hug you every day.
And
Yep.
so how
And
do you
even though even if you may not communicate it in some form, you're gonna show it. You're gonna show by saying, "Oh, I don't want that hug," and then guess what? That person's gonna keep asking, "Why can I not hug you? Why bless you? Why can I not hug you? Why bless you? Why can I not hug you? Why can I not hug you? Why can't you touch me like this? Why?" Eventually, it's gonna become a conversation. Now, is it going to be an uncomfortable conversation, especially if it's a woman coming to a man, or that man being honest and saying, "Hey, I don't like to be hugged because this or this, or because of my past." But guess what? You communicated that.
What's up, G?
How can we
What's
fix
up?
that?
Yo.
Oh,
You on the East Coast?
It's like 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
hey, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
What's
it's
up?
like
Hey, to make a good comments, you got to be a good listener and understand what people saying. So I am listening, and we getting some quality responses or whatever. But I still stick to my guns as far as both sides coming to a relationship healed. I almost think people don't understand what it means to be healed and come to a relationship. Reason why somebody could argue with that: when people are not healed, they do destructive things in their own life as an individual. So, how could you come to a relationship and expect success when you're doing destructive things for yourself? And then you think you're going to unite with somebody and somehow they supposed to carry that weight and they got their own stuff to deal with and heal you? I don't think it's realistic. Matter of fact, I know it ain't realistic.
See, and I
So,
agree. I agree with what you're stating. I totally hands down agree with what you're saying. But the problem is, realistically, as you just said, most people don't come into relationships healed. Let's be
that
honest.
don't mean, because it don't matter if 99% of people don't come healed. That just means that 99% of people don't come healed. That don't mean that's not a
So then,
recipe
what do
for
you have
success.
then?
Hold on, hold
If you're
on,
not
hold
healed, what do you
on,
have?
hold on. That don't mean that's not a recipe for success just because most people don't have it. That don't mean that it's not a recipe for success. Coming healed is the recipe for success. And a lot of things as far as success, it's going to be a minimal number of people to do it. It's like going to the Olympics and winning a gold medal. That don't mean that it's not a great thing or you're not the best of the best just because nobody else in the world is doing it. Like, it's still the approach. Just like the
So most
business
people.
example that I gave, you can't really expect to be successful in business if you don't have no money. Like, you can have the best cakes to sell or pies or best mechanic, whatever. Like, you can't expect certain things to skip out of order and then all of a sudden fall in order like a magical thing. And then, oh, now we got success. Like, I got addictions. I'm violent. I'm this and that in my personal life, and then all of a sudden I meet you, and then now all of a sudden I'm good. And then not only that, but you got your things that you bring to the table, and then like, nah, that's destructive.
So how do you? Okay, so if we're speaking realistically, if most people aren't healed, okay, it would be amazing for everybody to come into relationships that are healed, right? But they don't. So we're speaking in reality. Most people are not healed coming into a relationship. So then what form of a word that you would use that you need to do and or deal with being unhealed coming together? What would you do?
Well, it's gonna be one or two things. Either you're gonna have a relationship that failed, or you're gonna be in a relationship that you're suffering, which a lot of people are suffering in relationships.
Mhm.
That's
So
it.
you're saying like after like a person get out of a healed broken relationship, they gotta at least try to heal before they
Yeah, they need
go
to take
into
some
another.
time off. Yeah, they
Right.
definitely need some
Right.
downtime.
Yeah,
They need to.
again, I agree with that, but that's not realistic. On average,
It
people do
is,
not
but
do that. But it's
that's what
not
Yeah.
though.
success
In
is.
reality, most
All
people
right,
do not do
all
that.
right.
So
Let's
how
do
do we
this, Anya.
describe? So how do
Let's
we
do this, Anya.
successful
Let's do
relationship?
this. I
You
think.
got your statistics.
No, just
Oh,
listen. You didn't killed it already. Just listen. If you as a woman, you have dealt with men in a relationship. If I tell you, and this is true thing that I really look for in a woman, if I tell you what I look for in a woman is a woman that's forgiving, and then you can agree with me that you've dealt with men in life that have messed up. And I ain't even talking about cheating or putting their hands on you, but that have messed up in ways where you had to forgive them. So if I say that is a recipe for success, a woman that's forgiving, like that's a healed woman if she's not holding on to things. If she can forgive me, because I know me personally, I ain't even gonna say as a man, just as a human, I know I'm fallible and I know I'm going to mess up, and I need that woman to forgive me. Like I need that. Like I need that. Like she might not even need that from me because she might not even mess up like how I mess up. But I know me personally, I need that from a woman. So that's one of the things I need from a woman that I put under the category of healed. That means that she can't come to our relationship and hate her mother or hate her father or hate
Right.
her baby daddy or whatever, and then think that I'm gonna mess up and she's gonna forgive me. It's not
Right.
realistic. Like that's just gonna be stuff that's stacked up against us, and eventually, when we get in the bedroom, it ain't hitting the same way. When we communicate, it ain't hitting the same. Like nothing is hitting the same way because of that non-forgiveness.
Okay,
So
Right.
that's
guys,
what I.
real quick, real quick, real quick. I'm sorry, guys. We got to go to these chats real quick, man. All right, so uh, okay, so Open Israel said, "True sister, you got to talk it out. You got to you got to tarry for each other." Then we had another one. Obed, this is for Obed Israel. Israel facts. I can respect if you can't trust you, trust the foundation. Gossip Talk says, so you say you want to be single the rest of your life. That's what you're saying. Obed Israel said, all we need is unconditional love from each other. And Obed Israel said, WI 100 meters. Hey. I don't know what that means. Anyway, and said you guys are too busy trying to fix problems yourself. The first few years, then growing the family and success, and then will be too easy. And then Obey Israel said, Shalom family has been real. So I guess he's out of here. He's on
Love.
the East Coast. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I understand that you're saying what it takes to be in a healed relationship, what you want. You tell that person, all right, that person has healed, you've healed. Now you guys can ultimately have the best family, have the best communication, the best everything. But in reality, in this world, people do not come healed. So then that's when he's asking, Unc was asking, what do you do in that circumstances? Because on average,
He
most
asks.
people are
He
not
asks.
healed.
He asks, "How do you go about having a successful relationship?" And that was my answer
Yeah.
to be healed. And when I say relationships, we talking romantic, but really I'm talking about in every relationship because you can ruin friendships, you can ruin all kind of relationships when you come to the table with a lot of extra baggage and a lot of extra preconceptions about things that didn't even happen. So yeah, I still
I
gotta
guess I'm
say
looking at this on a bigger spectrum because what do you need to come with? I say communication in all forms. Whether he didn't only say romantically, I'm speaking business, I'm speaking in real life, in every form of reality. You're gonna need to have that communication, not just only romantically.
right, because I was talking about play life. Yeah.
Of course you were.
Yeah, exactly. And Hey, you super wild. But it's like anything you want in life, you got to do work for it and you got to prep for it. And it's like saying going into the relationship, the hardest thing to take two people from two different sides of the track and turn them into one. And you think there's no prep work to it. The healing part is the prep work to it. So you don't bring your past to your present. So that you
Right.
don't bring the traumas that somebody else did to you. And then like, all right, you get cheated on by your man and then you get in a relationship with me and one of my guys texts me a meme at 3 o'clock in the morning, then me and you got to fight because my phone went off at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the whole time ain't nothing going on. It's just you holding on to that pain from when you got cheated from your last relationship. Being healed means coming to the relationship clear. That means if you mad at me, it's because of something I did, or you frustrated with me, it's because of something I brought to the table, not because you think I'm doing what the last person did. So
Too
that's
bad everybody
and
don't come healed.
I, I mean, obviously, but we talking about what it is to be successful, and not only that, but as far as the communication tip, you got to understand if you're not healed, somebody can say one thing and you'll hear it a different way, so that kills the communication. Like, there's no benefit to that. If you say ABC and I hear 1, 2, 3, like we know.
Healed or not, you're always going to have a different perspective, healed or not. One's point of view could be something else. It doesn't matter if they're healed or not.
Having
That's where that communication come
perspective
in to where
and
you guys
having a
listen to each
problem,
other.
a
That's where that
breakdown,
and
having
that understanding and listening comes into play.
having
Again, underneath
having
that umbrella is understanding and listening.
it's impossible if you ain't healed. You're never gonna, like, it's not. You're speaking two different languages. It's
So
not a
so
real thing.
you have to
Let's
heal up
go,
from
Jake. What's up,
relationship.
Jake? Talk.
Jake!
Put your camera up a little bit. There you go. Ah.
So you saying that you have to heal from every relationship that you were in order to have your next relationship be successful. That's what it pretty much boils down to.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
But every relationship ain't doing damage either
So
though.
so
You
so
can
so
have
what
positive relationships.
so what determines a successful relationship long term? Because you was in this relationship, you know what I'm saying, and it didn't work out. You was in this relationship and it didn't work out. So what exactly would you use to say, well, okay,
Jake, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Jake. I can't hear you.
I can't hear
I
Jake,
you.
can't. All right,
Jake,
I
Jake,
can't
I
hear
can't.
you,
turn
Jake.
around.
Jackie.
Jake.
Jake.
Hey, J Bob. Jake.
Jake.
Are you in good hands?
Dang,
Blink
all state.
twice.
No.
Blink twice if you need help.
Jake.
Can you take him out and put him back in, Luke?
Let me try to take him out. All right, Jake. Can you see me now? Say something now. Dang.
He's back there just
What happened?
I know I'm sleepy. I want to start roasting people.
Hey,
You in there,
fake
Jake?
ass.
Don't put your headphones in. Go ahead, Eli. Watch that.
You said what?
he said, go ahead.
He said, go ahead, what? Are you talking about me? It was a green light?
Yeah, it's a green light. See what Jake. Let me get Jake.
Oh.
Jake, can you hear me?
Tell him put
Is his phone about to die? Maybe.
Tell him his mic is muted. His phone is on mute.
Or maybe charge it. Or charge it if his phone is about to die. If he's on his phone.
Tell him pay his phone bill.
Tell him grab the chapstick.
Oh, they roasted Jay. He can't say nothing right now.
Hey man, that nigga ain't from that.
Oh man. There he is.
Hey man.
Jake.
Hey, he was talking all that hood stuff. Jake from Utah.
Jake, like, dude, let me get on here. I don't know what. Okay, Jake, you there now, ain't you? Jake. Jake, let's talk.
Oh, Jake got that chair movement to the T.
He like, bro, I got something for you niggas. You there, Jake?
Shit, he might not can't hear us.
Let him say something. I can actually, he's off mute now. His shit was on mute. Take your headphones out, Jake, and put it back in. Take your headphones out. Let's see what you got now. Go ahead,
took
Eli.
him out.
What?
What? Go ahead, talk.
This is a good conversation. I'm enjoying this.
Ah, dude, you gotta talk to Anya now.
Damn.
Talk to Anya about what?
She on fire now. Anya said, I did not last at all, y'all. What's up? I got rid of one. She gonna knock you off one by one. I'll let him, Anya, ask him a question.
No, because it seems like Eli has nothing to say, and Cheese is not in the real world in reality. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
He's in a
All right,
fictitious world.
so check
it's
this
not,
out.
no, agreed. No, because listen though, I agree with you what you said, but in reality, that's
Let's
not.
go,
Oh, there we
Jake.
go. There we go.
Hold on.
Jake, they was talking mad stuff about you, bro.
My phone was dying.
See?
Hey, let's talk.
Oh.
He said, I heard all that shit y'all was talking when my phone was
Yeah, get him, Jake.
I said his phone was probably dying. I said,
He ain't pay his
phone was dying.
Yep, the volume goes out when your phone is dying.
Oh, that's facts.
Yeah. Nah, man. I'm just curious to know, like, Dean, like each relationship that you're in, you know what I'm saying? If they didn't last, what do you consider to be successful? You know what I mean? And because is it the amount of time that you're in a relationship, the things that you were accomplishing in a relationship? Like, what determines what's successful and what's not? You know what I mean? Because if you coming from this relationship and it's all bad, or you're broken from this relationship and you need to heal up and then trying to get into another one. So what determines what's successful?
I would say, as far as what's successful, is going to be a mentality, and it's going to be a healed mentality. So it's going to be success or success, meaning the relationship's going to work, or you're going to learn from it. And when I say learn from it, I don't mean, oh, I'm not going to pick this type of woman again or this type of woman. I mean, you get to see yourself in the mirror and your woman, and you get to figure out what's going on with you, and you get to become a better man. So you, next time you get a relationship, you're gonna be looking for different qualities or different things in a woman, and that's gonna be the success either way, and what somebody would call a failed relationship.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's the thing though. It's like, I don't think that a lot of people know why they're, if they're really broken or not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that a
Well,
lot of people know what's wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Anybody who's lived any amount of life, I'm gonna say, let's say 20 years old and up, has been through something. Everybody has childhood traumas. Everybody, like millionaires, billionaires, whatever. Like, so everybody got stuff to deal with, and everything that goes on in your life is to let you know where you stand and what you're dealing with by your reactions to certain situations. So if you go back to the food place and certain things you just can't let go, or oh, this food ain't right, I gotta let them know I got them, then that's what you got to deal with. If you got self-control issues, it's gonna constantly show its face in your life. You're gonna constantly be put in situations where you have to practice self-control, or you lose your shit, and then you lose valuable things in life, whether it be time, as far as going jail, or be relationships, as far as people not want to be around you or whatever.
So the flip side to that coin is, using that scenario, the flip side to that coin is you let people walk all over you.
I didn't say that.
No. But like I say, it's you let people walk over you, and then you realize that you've wasted that same valuable time, energy, effort, and everything like that. You know, you look up, you
Okay,
started at 20 years old, and now you're 35 years old, and you've let
take
all this time pass away. You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying? Because you
facts.
never stood
take
up for yourself.
take
Yeah,
it
that's
back
facts.
to that restaurant scenario. If you
Hmm.
let that shit slide, you saved yourself an ass whooping. Like whatever you don't pick, you don't get to automatically know that the other way that you didn't pick was like successful or great or whatever. You just don't get to know. It's the what if, it's the unknown.
Hmm.
But that don't minimize what you did. And like I said, it's all about your reaction. So life is a mirror. So if you look at your reactions to things, how you dealt with situations, that's gonna show you, and that's gonna show you what you got to work on individually, personally. Like
Hmm.
anything can happen in your life. It's just like playing
But
basketball. You
but I
might
think that's the
score.
thing. I think that's the thing, bro. Is like people don't necessarily see that as a flaw though,
See
because
what
you
as a
see,
flaw.
because I mean, you know, the 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 reactions that they have to stuff. Like
That don't that don't
most
mean it
people
ain't a
don't
flaw just because
no,
somebody
most
don't
people don't
see
see
it.
that as a they don't see that as being wrong. They don't see that as being this way because that's the way it's always been for them. You get what
you
I'm
you
saying?
can't you can't use old people because they the most unhealed people. They the most like looking at they self people. They the most people that like what you said, this is how it's always been. Old people are the people that go by that, and that's their rule book. They not the people that use cognitive thinking. They not the people that learn from things. They the people that get stuck in their ways. Like, my Uncle Stevie, like he still dressed like he from the 70s. Like that's them people.
But maybe
So
he comfortable dressing like that though. See
that
what I'm
don't
saying?
I, that
Like
don't that's not
we
what I'm
look at
saying. Comfortable or uncomfortable. We talking about healed or unhealed.
yeah, but I'm saying
But
that
I can use that as an example. Let's just say you're not healed, right? You
okay.
don't know to fix something until that scenario happens.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know
Right?
what
Exactly.
I
Let's
say
just
it
say,
again.
so I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. You don't know. For example, let's just say this is just an example. This man cheats, right? All right, because I've had that before, but it really didn't bother me, right? Because there was other things that happened that I felt bothered me more than just him cheating. But my next relationship outside of that, that man cheats. And now my reaction to that is times a million because I did not know that it affected me as much as it did at that time because there was other things happening that could possibly been more, that affected me more than that. But it actually does hinder me in this relationship. But you don't know until it shows
But
face.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And real quick, Anya, can you go to the very first, if you remember the very first thing what you said? I missed the very first part of what you said. You don't
I
remember?
said a lot
Okay.
today, Chief.
Okay, never mind. You don't remember. But that's what I'm saying though.
No,
And
but
it don't and when I say healed, it don't mean a perfection. It just mean that you on a certain journey to not be influenced so much by your past, like you on that journey. And also too, in your current relationships, you can have things that currently that you and your significant other got to heal from, and that's what y'all got to work together on. But as far as previous things, your relationship, your significant other is not responsible for you and what you dealt with before her, and she's not, and you're not responsible for what she dealt with before you. So
But
you
that's
both
not
come
coming
in.
as healed though. Let's just
Hold
say you don't realize that it does not affect you as much as until you got into it. It didn't show face. So, but
on.
that is something that
That don't. That don't.
affected
I
you from the
mean,
previous way. You're not healed.
that's just
You're
life,
not
though.
healed.
Nobody. Everybody learn.
Exactly. Reality.
Hold on.
It's not life.
Everybody. That don't mean it's not the
Thank you.
recipe for
Cheers to
success,
not life.
Anye.
Let's speak reality. Realist over
Kanye, that
here.
don't mean it's
Yeah.
not the success in a relationship to come healed. It just means you're not equipped to have a successful relationship. And it shows his face. Everybody's been with everybody. People get married and been and slept with 100 people. Like that's where we at today. So that don't mean that you had a success because you got married after, you know what I'm saying? It's
Again,
it's still the
I
same
agree
demo.
with you,
It's
but
still
that's
the
not
same recipe for
reality.
success.
That's still not reality though. I thought we were living in the real world
It,
and
it's
what
not
people are
reality,
actually coming
Anye. it's not reality if you're not willing to do the work. It's not reality if you're not willing to step aside,
Says
stop
like
dating, stop. Hold
95%
on, hold
of the
on.
world
It
in
don't
America
matter. It don't matter
got
if it's
it.
99.9%. That don't mean it's not the recipe for success just because you bring out numbers. And you'd be surprised if you step in a different category. If you deal with different people, then you'll realize that that number that looks so small is bigger than what you think. It's just you around people that's like-minded like you that think it's unachievable, and you around people. But then also too, when life throws you lessons, it's not just in one category. So this is just relationships we talking about. So basically, you saying, hey, most people are not willing to do the work to have a successful relationship. Well, them same people got business ideas and they're not willing to do the work to have a successful business. And them same people got weight goals and they not willing to be successful losing weight. Like it's a common theme that your life keeps showing you. And we don't, 99% of us don't even pay attention to it or not willing. Like it's like you choose your hard. You're gonna be 300 pounds, or you're gonna be choose your hard, like going to the gym and working out. That's hard too. Like that's what it is. But that don't mean that that's not the
But
recipe
but do
for
you think that
success.
but do you think that people cannot, like, that's the thing though? Like, how do people really identify it? Like, you know,
Most people won't. Most people ain't gonna make it. Most
so
people.
how so once again it goes back to, if everybody is broken, then ain't that the norm? Ain't trying to be healed and trying to be fixed, ain't that the outlier?
That
More
would
so than
that
everybody that's, you know what I
I
mean?
I would say
So the person that's coming in that's
I would say
that has all this clarity, that has all this, you know, shit,
I would
health.
say
You know
I
what I'm
would
saying?
say
Like
I
like
would say what you saying,
therein
Jake.
lies the problem, not the people
Because
that's
how are you
broken.
going to grow? Remember, I
You know
thought we
what I
were
mean?
growing
Yeah, there's
together.
no growth
I thought we
anymore.
were
You didn't already
growing.
grew.
I thought we were growing.
You I didn't say nothing about growth. I said about healing and
Yeah,
having a
but
relationship. But
we're putting this all together.
as far as growth, there is gonna be things. Yeah, me and you in a relationship, there's gonna things that I do to offend you. There's gonna be things that you do to offend me. That's the growth
But
part. That's
but if
what I
you're
did.
healed,
That's
but if you
hold on,
were
hold on.
healed, nothing's gonna
That's what
offend you.
huh?
If you're healed from all your trauma, nothing is ever going to offend you. Because remember, going back to the
Yo,
restaurant
yo,
situation,
yo,
you
your
know how to
trauma is
handle
not
those type of
everything.
things.
Your trauma is not everything. Like when y'all sit here and even in the comments, they talked about trust, trust, trust. Me personally, I ain't been cheated on. I don't have trust
No, 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 no,
issues.
no.
So
So
hold
what
on,
I'm
hold
saying
on, hold
is,
on, hold on, Jake.
okay,
I don't have trust issues. So that's not nothing a woman has to prove to me. So I don't have that problem. So everything that you come to a relationship healed from is only the stuff you've been through. You could
mm-hmm.
probably name over 100 things, probably a few hundred things that you a person can be healed from, but that don't mean you possess all those things that happen to you that you need to be healed from. It might be two or three things. So
Mm-hmm.
that means if you heal from them two or three things and you go in a relationship and y'all have problems, don't mean you wasn't healed from them two or three things. There's 100 other things that you can have to deal with.
So in essence, you always going to be broken.
Life is a constant journey.
I
Life
agree.
is a and just because y'all have issues don't mean that you're broken. The broken part comes if y'all have issues and y'all not dealing with them. Then that becomes a broken thing. It's
So
like
that so
breaking
that
your leg and
so
it
so
ain't
so
healing.
basically, by not communicating, not dealing with the situations, that's what's going to ultimately break your relationship up. That's what's going to ultimately mess it
Communication.
up, huh?
Yeah,
Communication.
Communication.
yeah. We talking about two different subjects, and
No,
you
it's the
still
same. It's
no.
no. It's I again. I'm gonna repeat what you said. The best way to be successful in a relationship, you're saying, is to come healed, right? That's
Exactly.
true or false.
Come
I
to
agree
a
with you, but
relationship healed.
we're that's not realistic though.
It is,
That's not
Anye. Just
no,
speak for
it's not.
yourself then if that's what you want to do. Just
Overall, most
Anye,
humans
just
do
say
not
that
come
you're not
healed
going to
in a
do the work.
relationship.
Just say that you're not going to do the work. Speak for
Oh, I do
yourself.
the work. I do the work,
Anye,
though.
just say
But
that you're not going to do the work. Just say that. Just say that you're not going to do the work, because I know me personally, I do the work. So
yeah,
don't,
but
and I know,
overall, most humans
I know a lot of
Hey,
men
check
and
this
women
out,
that
family.
do
Let's
the
check
work.
this out real quick. Hey, man, we got 12 people in here. Hey, man, put a K in that comment box, man. Let us know you in here, man. We appreciate you, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome. Hey, leave a comment or something. Leave a chat. Put a K in the box or something. Put a U in the box. W, whatever. We appreciate you. Hey, man, we having some good talks today. Hey, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
I don't think that's realistic.
Well, maybe
in reality, most people don't come healed.
I got too much love.
Most
for you.
people
I ain't
do
gonna
not
do
come
that.
healed in a relationship. I mean,
Or,
it would be an
or
amazing
just
world if they
period.
did, or period. Or period. They don't. In reality, they
I'm not
don't.
arguing. We don't disagree. Just because it's a small percentage of people doing a certain thing does not mean that that thing is not a thing. Just like billionaires, there's a small, like 1% or less of the world that's billionaires. That don't mean that being a billionaire is not a thing or unrealistic. It's just not for you because you're not gonna do the work.
It's the world.
Huh?
I do the work. I can speak for myself. No, it's just the it's definitely the world, but it's okay.
Oh my goodness. It's like what you want for yourself. Do you want subpar? Do you want average? Do you want like outstanding, amazing? Like
Of
what
course, every
levels?
human being
It's like
outside of myself
it's
wants fantasticness, the top
no,
tier.
I
Okay.
ain't talking about verbally
but
telling me this.
but
I'm
all
talking
of
about
those
what are your actions saying as far as what you want in life.
but all of those
That's what
things
I'm
are
saying.
subjective though.
Huh?
All of those things are subjective though. Because what I might think is successful, you might look at and shit on. Like that's nothing. Or you might be like, man, that's really great. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's all subjective, you know, of what success is, of what's great, what greatness is. You know what I mean? Goes back to climbing that mountain. You know?
It goes back to what, Jake?
Climbing the mountain. You know what I mean? Of whatever, you know, like, you know, of settling. We was talking about settling earlier on tonight. And it's the same thing. It's like I might get halfway up and say, shit, I'm done. And you're like, yeah, but we can still go up the rest of the way. And I'm like, no, man, I came from deep in the valley. I'm good right here. Because where I can sit, I can look over the whole valley right now. But you saying, let's keep going to the top of the mountain. And I'm like, I'm cool. And you might call me a quitter because I stopped halfway up the mountain and you want to keep going. You see what I'm saying? But
that ain't what I'm saying at all, Jake. What I'm talking about is functionality. I'm not talking about success like a height or a certain level. I'm talking about directly relationships like what we talking about. And I'm talking about success as far as
Talking about
functionality.
passion.
Hold on. I'm talking about success as far as a relationship. So at what level do you want to be successful? Because there's a lot of people that's unhappy in their relationships that's in relationships. So I'm saying, at what level do you want to have a relationship? And at what level that you invest in, that's what level your relationship is going to be in. So if you invest $100, that's going to be the level of your investment. If you invest $1 million, that's the level of your investment. And I'm talking about work within yourself to prep for the relationship.
Okay.
So just come healed or be single. Got it.
Well, I mean, you could take it like that, but it's not just like you
That's
said.
the reality.
Hold on,
what world
Onion.
do you live in?
Hold on, Onion. That's like you said, you talking bigger than just romantic
No
relationships.
one comes healed.
Hold on.
Even if we're talking about romance.
Hold on, Onion. You said you talking bigger than just romantic. So then,
in general, no, that's when we're talking about communication. But if we just want to keep it passionate, look.
I can't finish the sentence. If you talk about relationships in general, even with us as parents with our children, us as children with our parents, us as friends with our friends, you bring negative things to a relationship, dysfunctional things to a relationship when you are not healed. That's what I'm saying. That's facts. You can do how many ever numbers like, 95% of the world. Yeah, because 95%.
I just said most people are not healed.
Listen. I ain't done. 95% of the world is shitty. and it do take work. It do take work to be exceptional, and it do take being exceptional to have exceptional relationships. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I agree with
Y'all
So
on
that,
do
but guess
so
what? You
what?
know how
So
many
what you
people
gonna
have
do?
y'all on
children?
two different
But do you
channels.
know? But do
Hey,
you know how many people have children, for example, that have children that have not healed themselves and has hindered their child, or a positive
exactly
effect,
what I'm
or a positive
saying.
effect?
That's
Let's just
exactly what
say,
I'm saying. You
or I can even flip it. But on average, most people
Man,
are not healed. You're not going to say you're healed having
so
that child.
I'm ready
that
for
don't
the
change
cue.
my point. That don't
Okay,
change
guys,
my
let's
point.
go in. Let's go in. Let's go in. Let's go in a little bit. Sorry to interrupt. Hey, Jake, what you got to say, bro?
No, I'm just thinking it's not about having an exceptional relationship. Sometimes it's just about having a good relationship. It goes back to my 80%. Sometimes I will settle for that 4 out of 5. I will settle for the good, man, and not the perfect, not the exceptional and shit like that. I think we get sidetracked. I think we get lost in the as Jay say, it's a different world. Like it's like the real world is like, hey man, this is all right here, there's no need for me to do all these other things because this right here is good. This is good
And
enough, man. Like, and you
that's what I'm
start chasing the
saying, Jake.
exceptional.
I agree with you. Like you
You know,
said, it's good enough for
you
you for
know.
the amount of work, the amount of investment that you're gonna put into a relationship. You're not willing to put a certain level of investment, and that's fine. Like it ain't a right or wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
when he asks, "What's the ingredients to start a relationship to have a a functioning relationship?" You got to come healed. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's that's still the ingredient. That's still the ingredient.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still the same thing. And even if it's a low percentage of people that's willing to do that, that means it's a low percentage that's gonna have that type of relationship.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it's the exception. It's definitely the exception and not the
I
rule.
mean, because it's billionaires, Jake. It's billionaires. That's less than 1% of the population. It's
Yes.
billionaires. So you can't say it's unrealistic because there is billionaires. And
But
we
that's what I'm
damn near
saying.
gonna
Like,
see,
so
Jake,
so
we
if we
probably
use
gonna see a trillionaire in our lifetime.
so if we use those people as an example, a lot of those people wasn't really good. Sometimes that's just
We talking about
luck.
money. We talking about money
So so
as
so
far
so
as we talking about the numbers as far as money. We not talking about them being healed. We
so what
using
no
them
what
as
so what I'm saying
example
no I,
of the
so what I'm
numbers
saying by
of the money.
when we use like if we're going to use the statistics of the billionaires, a lot of those people were not great. They happened to be lucky. It was timing. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, I use Mark Cuban as an example. Mark Cuban, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he became a billionaire, and right as he was becoming a billionaire, and they sold their company for like $6 billion or whatever. That was in the 90s. The bubble burst, and everybody else who was doing what he was doing and didn't sell the day or two before he sold or whatever the situation, they lost that shit. You get what I'm saying? And then you start seeing other housing. You start seeing the shit with the housing bubble. You had people who made millions of dollars, billions of dollars even, you know what I'm saying, with the housing market. And then come 2007, you know what I'm saying? Because timing, you know what I'm saying, you lose everything though. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything
Jake,
different.
I'm
It's just
familiar.
circumstances. So I'm saying that if we use
Nah,
certain
we
situations, it wasn't that these people was extraordinary, bro. It was just that these people, sometimes it's just about timing. Sometimes it's just about
Jake.
the luck of the
That,
draw.
that ain't what I'm arguing. What I'm
And,
arguing is
and so
she
so so
was
so 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 I'm so I use that because you used it, and I'm saying that's the same thing with the
it's not.
relationship.
It's not.
Sometimes
But they
That's
had to prep to be a millionaire or a billionaire.
nah, that ain't the point I'm making. The
I
point
know.
I'm
I just want
making,
to say
she
something because
said,
I ain't said nothing in 10 seconds.
Onion said, Onion said that 95% of the people don't do what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is not a realistic thing. So I pointed out something that's less than 1%. That's a
Mhm.
realistic thing. As far as how they accumulated their money, I'm not arguing, like that's not my point. What
No.
I'm saying
What
is
I'm saying
just
is
because it's a low percentage thing, just because a lot of people's not doing it, don't mean it's not a real thing. I mean, we only got one Michael Jordan. That don't mean that the goats don't exist just because it's just one man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, but don't mean that he's not the fastest man in the world because he's 0.000000001%. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real thing, and people are real life come into relationships unhealed, and they do the same thing in a personal life that they do in a relationship. They live a low level personal life, and then they go live a low level. I'm serious.
Uh-huh.
Like, they live a dysfunctional personal life, and then they go in relationships and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's on a lot of levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, women don't get a whole lot from men in relationships on certain levels, and men don't get a lot from women in relationships on certain levels because it's a low level relationship, because nobody made a high level investment. It was low level investment, so we dealing on this low level.
Mm-hmm.
But there is all different levels.
Mm-hmm. True.
That's what I'm saying. And the investment come in yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I think my mind keep going back to, if you don't know that you're broken, it's kind of
Then
hard to heal
it's
something,
it's a lot of people that won't, but that don't mean it's not a real thing, because people don't know. People don't know about the stock market. Don't mean it's not a real thing. People don't know about eating healthy. People eat all kind of bad food under the guise of this is healthy because they don't know. Ignorance
Mm-hmm.
don't change the facts of things. It just mean, like what I said, everybody ain't gonna make it. Everybody is not gonna be a top tier type of individual.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say top tier, I ain't even saying better than nobody else. I'm saying the interaction of a romantic relationship is going to be a lot lower level, a lot less that you get, but also you're going to be given a lot less. So, for whoever work at whatever level, I guess you find your equal and run it like that.
Hashtag all Americans.
It's not though, Onion. It's not. Onion, I'm gonna tell you
Overall.
right now. I'm gonna
Overall.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Onion.
Overall.
No, that's
God.
what I just.
I
That's
guess
why I
I'm
just.
just
Yeah,
I
that's why
guess
I
I'm
mentioned
just
the one
playing
percent of billionaires
devil's
for it,
advocate
because
because
they exist. The 1% of
they
billionaires
do. I'm
exist.
not saying that they don't.
Onion, I'm telling you. Like, me personally, we talking about relationships. I'm a single man. All right, but I have relationships. I have friends. I'm telling you, I'm
Would
a
you
high
bring them to your
caliber.
mom and your
Hold
dad?
on, hold on. I'm a high caliber dude because I've done that work. But check this out. Check this out. I've done this work. And so my relationship with my friends is high caliber. Like, I can get from my friends what a lot of people can't get from their friends.
Yeah, of course. I again, I agree with you, but I just want you to speak in reality.
In your reality. And you want me to
Y'all just
come to
speaking
your
two
world.
different languages. That's all.
Yeah, it's just two different levels
Not
of
in my
investment.
reality. I guess I'm speaking for the people.
What people? The people that's not willing to do no work.
Yeah.
No, I get
Why
it.
would
Like,
why
it's
would
not
you
that they're
why would you why would you
no,
speak for
because
them
you
if it
can't.
didn't?
Okay. I get about a man comes and he doesn't have enough apples. I'm going to tell you how to get these apples. I get that, right? I get you're trying to say this is what you need to be successful. I understand that, right? But in reality, that's not what is going on around us. So
It's
give
just not going
actual.
on enough. It's a lower percentage than the people that's dysfunctional. And that's always been a thing in every aspect
So what
of
can you
society.
give?
Huh?
So again, what can you give that's going to be helpful that people can actually use outside
I'm
of
just
saying come
telling you.
healed?
It's
Because
just
on average, most people don't come healed.
if you're not that person, that don't change the recipe for success. Just if you're not that
There's
person,
different forms you can
hold
get
on,
to, just like a goal. You can get to different goals, different ways, different everything.
we
You have to
talking
have
about a certain goal. We talking about a successful
so
relationship.
only to be
And
successful in a relationship, you always have to come healed. That's not true. You can get to a
Anye,
successful
Anye,
relationship without being healed.
Anye. All right, go back in the past. Look at older people that have been married for 50 and 60 years.
But you
They
can't use
spent,
that.
hold on,
Most of
hold
their
on,
husbands cheated.
hold on.
Because again,
They
y'all share
spent time
husbands.
in the husbands cheated, the women cheated, everybody cheated. Like, don't be closed-minded. But I'm saying they spent decades and decades in a dysfunctional relationship, hate each other, sleeping in different rooms, all kind of stuff. That's not a success. That's the
Hey,
low caliber
I
relationships
disagree.
that I'm talking about.
50 years of doing anything, shit, nigga, that's success.
It ain't.
Shit. I don't give a
It
damn
ain't.
what you do for 50 years. That's
It ain't.
success. Shit.
It ain't.
Hey, that's what I mean by having an understanding. Shit, hey,
Yeah.
we can't sleep in the same bed together, but we ain't moving out. I'm going down the
But guess
hall.
what? Right, you're mad.
Shit.
You mad today?
How
Well, you go
how
ahead and sleep in that room. I'm gonna
how's
sleep
it
in here. But
successful if
just
that
know we
person
got this
don't
bill due
Shit.
next week.
Hey,
if
50
it's
years of
successful?
doing anything. I don't care what you did for 50 years. You did it for 50 years. Yeah, that's success, bro. Shit. I
A
mean,
time frame.
on every measurement, bro. You
Nah,
work a
time
job for
frame
50
ain't got
years.
nothing to do. Motherfucker, we dealt with slavery for 400 years. That didn't mean it made it right. Like
Shit.
it's wrong.
Hey,
The time frame don't make something right or
hey,
wrong or good or bad. And that
hey, but
time
I
frame
bet you
don't got
what?
nothing to
I
do with
bet
it.
you a motherfucker knew how to pick the shit out of cotton. I bet you they knew how to hoe a motherfucking field. Shit, I bet you they knew how to sew the
Bro,
shit out
this
of something.
conversation is
I
crazy.
bet you they could take some chitlins and make them motherfuckers edible. Again, they
Hey,
learned how to do a whole lot of shit. You know what
talk
I'm
your
saying? Because they
talk.
had to do
And
that shit every
that
day.
made it
And if
right.
you live to be 50 years old doing that shit, you was damn good at whatever the fuck it is you was doing, bro.
And that's what made it good. Good job.
Yeah, that made it good
Yeah,
for
that's what it
them.
said.
You made a bad
Actually made it
situation.
successful. It
You
made it
made a bad
successful.
situation good for you, or as good as it could be for you.
I
You dig what I'm saying?
said I said that slavery happened for 400 years.
Yes, sir.
And just because it happened for 400 years does not make it right. I didn't say that we wasn't innovative. I didn't say that we didn't adapt. I didn't say that we wasn't creative. I said it was wrong the first year as it was the 400th year. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The amount of time that you was in a relationship, if it's 50 or 60 years, has nothing to do with whether it's a functional relationship. People
It
get,
was functional. It
especially,
functioned for 50
especially if
years,
you
though.
add religion to it. A lot of people don't get divorced just because of religion, and they just live in that.
Yeah,
But
that's
they done
facts.
it though.
Man, y'all talking y'all talk, bro.
They were still able to put in the work. They still done it though. Like you're looking at everything like in any relationship, in any situations. I don't care if it's with your parents. I don't care if it's with your brother, your sister. Every situation ain't gonna always be great. You're gonna have those bumps in the road. But I tell you what though,
Bumps
but
in
if
the
you
road
stuck that
don't
shit
mean
out
not great.
and
Bumps
you
in the
done it,
road
but
don't
if
mean
you
not
do that
great.
shit for 50 years, your 50 years is gonna be a lot greater than this. Like you've been together with somebody for so long, you might just sit in the room with them. You ain't gotta say a word to them, but you know that they there. You did what I'm saying. You might sit there and read
Yeah, I get what you're
phone.
saying.
They
The
might sit there and
relationship
read
was
their phone.
Yeah, the relationship
Y'all
was
had an
done
end
and you
goal.
stayed.
Y'all had
The,
an end goal.
the
It was the
relationship was
end
done
goal.
and you stayed.
Because you
That's what I'm
settled.
hearing.
The relationship wasn't done. The relationship
The
lasted
relate
for 50 years, cuz.
Yeah, that's facts.
Shit, the
it
relationship
was
wasn't over
done.
till one of them checked up out of here.
I think it was Ben Franklin. He had a quote that I really like. He said most men die before they 25, but they not buried. Hold on. They die before they 25, but they not buried until they 75. So just because you didn't die until you're 75, your like all your ambition, all your whatever left you in your mid 20s before you was 25, and you was here, you was breathing, you was eating, you was shitting, but you was not living. And that's
At a
what
time,
people
they
doing in these
I
relationships.
I agree with that. I agree
That's
but
with
what
that.
people's
I
doing
agree
in
with that too.
relationships. Man,
But
people's in relationships dying, man. People's not, man, come on, man. People, that's not realistic. People's in relationships dying.
let's talk about realistic.
no, that is realistic.
No, it is
Like
realistic, Jake. I
people
hands
go
down
into
agree with you.
situations. See, the unrealistic thing is people go into situations always thinking that they're going to be happy or it's going to be good. You
I
know,
didn't say
nobody
nothing
ever
about
goes
happy,
into
Jake.
You're
nobody
setting
ever
Jake,
goes
yourself up
into a
to fail.
situation
You're
thinking,
Jake,
oh
setting
shit, this
yourself
might
up
Jake,
to
turn bad
fail.
one day.
Jake,
Yes,
Jake.
sir.
What I'm saying in a relationship coming healed, as
Mm-hmm.
far as success goes, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to have a hell of a lot greater percent of success if you don't bring your past into your present.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like 100% of the time if both come healed, it'll be peaches and cream. I'm not saying that you're
Okay.
not going to offend me or I'm not going to offend you because I started off by saying I need a woman that's
I know
forgiving.
I
I need
know
a
a
woman
lot
that's
more people
forgiving.
who've been together for 30 and 40 years than I do motherfuckers who done came to a relationship healed, brother. Riddle me that.
You not like that's not we're not arguing. Like I
Yeah.
think that's wonderful.
Uh-huh.
We're not saying the
So
same
so so
thing.
so what I'm saying, so I guess my point that I'm trying to make is you show me two motherfuckers that come to a relationship healed. And I can go and find you 3 or 4 couples that I know right off the top of my head
That
who've
are
been together for 30 or
successful
40 years.
and
That's
successful.
not
And
a
they weren't on.
success. It's not a
Well, yeah,
success.
well, here's the thing. You can't find that couple that you're talking about, but I can find 4 or 5 motherfuckers off the top of my head. So where's the success? You can sit here and promise me $1 million, but I can show you $2. Shit. Which one is more successful? Because I got $2. You promising a motherfucker $1 million. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't promising.
So I would rather
nothing.
have that shit right there than this promise over here. Just saying.
Like I said, it's billionaires out there, so we can deal with the less than 1% if you want to. But at the end of the day, I don't know how this don't make sense for you to come to a relationship without baggage from a previous. Hold on. I don't know how coming to a relationship without baggage from a previous relationship. I don't know how that don't make sense. That would be a better. Hold on.
It makes
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
how that
sense.
couldn't be.
Like once again, it makes sense, but it's unrealistic. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like be realistic.
Thank
Thank you, Jake. That's all I was trying to say. Full circle. Be realistic.
I see a rainbow. I just don't know where the fuck it ends. You know what I mean?
I want it.
All right,
but
Jake.
I don't know where it ends, though.
All right, Jake. Is there billionaires in the world?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do you personally know a billionaire?
No, I've met one before.
Do you personally know a billionaire? Like you got a relationship, like you.
I don't have a relationship with him, no, but I've met one
So we
before.
all know of, but we don't know none. I don't know none. Like just the same. So that don't mean that it's a unicorn. Like it don't exist. That just means what I'm saying takes a lot of work. It's like a U.S. Olympian. It takes a lot of work. It's like a motherfucker choosing to not be 400 pounds no more and to lose weight and be 200 pounds or whatever. Like it's a far and few between type of thing. But when we talk about success, as far as a relationship go, and not going into a relationship just to suffer, then yeah, that's the rest.
But you assume that every like a person coming into a relationship so-called healed is going to have a great relationship. You get what I'm saying? And you assuming that a person that's been together for 30 or 40 years is miserable in their relationship to where they might have had some rough patches in their relationship. But that's what helped them grow to where they were able to withstand and be in this relationship for 40 or 50 years.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the bigger chance. What I'm saying is the bigger chance of success in a relationship is two people to come to a relationship healed.
That's what
the
I'm
bigger
saying.
chance
So
for success.
how do you? So that's why I use the money analogy. The bigger chance of me getting $1 million because you promised it is over here in the right hand.
Jake.
But the fact of the matter is, I have $2 right here, cash money that you can take out of this hand, and in this hand I got a promise. So what you saying about coming in healed is the promise, and what I'm saying about people who've actually done it,
Jake,
they've been there.
We're not arguing. I'm saying the same thing you saying. That's a
Yeah,
low
but I think
investment. It's
I
a
think the
low
disconnect
investment.
is
Majority of the world can afford to make a low investment. Very few people
no.
are gonna make
I
a
think
high investment. You're
mhm.
saying the same thing. It's just you're not seeing the other end of the spectrum. You're seeing the $2, but the $1 million thing do exist. It's just at a lot lesser scale. So you saying it don't exist, but it do exist. It do exist. So we're not arguing. We saying the same thing. It's just you're only looking at one end of the chart.
No,
Look at the
I'm
whole
looking at it
thing.
because of the words you use. Is you call that success, and you call the people who've been together for this amount of time miserable. I'm saying that their
That's
situation
the
of
same
being
way
together.
that we
I'm
talked
saying the
about.
situation of being together in itself, in my opinion, is success in itself.
That's not success. That's just being
Because you've
together.
been able to sustain and do something for
They
this
but
amount
that's
of
that's
time.
that's that's where the miserable come in. They not sustaining. They just staying. They dealing with
How are they not
everything.
though?
They getting shot. They arguing. They cheating. They cussing each other out. They fighting. They doing everything, and they staying. That's not a success. That's not a success because that's not even what you get into a relationship to endure.
No, but what I'm saying is they endured all of that. Hence the reason they're still together.
Jake,
You
do
understand what
you
I'm
think
saying?
do you think somebody that goes into a relationship unhealed, they're used to doing that shit to their personal self while they're single, and then they go into a relationship and they accept that from their significant other? Do you like it's the same thing? Somebody that comes into a relationship healed, part of being healed is that you're gonna have certain boundaries, so you're not gonna accept certain things from people. So it never get to that point where we be together for 50 years while I'm like hurting, while I'm traumatized by you every day, while I'm
Any long-standing relationship is gonna be bumps in the road, man. It's gonna be
I
ups and
didn't
downs.
say that, Jake.
Some
I'm
some
saying
situations are gonna be
I'm
worse than
saying
others.
bumps in the road is what we work through. I'm saying don't come with the bumps from your previous relationship and bring them to our road.
But if
But
you
That's
come
how
what
do
I'm
you
into
saying.
not know that it does
but
not hinder you? Let me speak. Now, how do
yes,
you not know that what you are about to complain about in your current relationship was going to be brought up into your current relationship that came from your previous relationship?
I
Okay, we
explained
had
that. I explained that. I said
so
whatever
everybody
you
is
got.
not going to be
Hold
able to
on.
come healed though.
That's fine. I'm not disagreeing. You're right. Everybody's
So
not
give
gonna get it.
something
Just like
realistic that people can reach
everybody's
for.
not gonna have high level friends. The same way they're not gonna have high level relations, they're not gonna have high level friends. It's the same people. It's not a different category.
But
So if you
how
look at
does
a
that make it
person,
not unsuccessful though?
if you look at a
How does
person
that
who's
not make it unsuccessful? Or how does that make it successful?
if you look at a person that goes into relationships unhealed, you can look at their friendships with their friends and you can see them are shitty relationships, just like you can look at the relationships with their significant others as shitty relationship. Like it's not like you can go to a relationship a piece of shit person and have this dynamic grand factabular relationship. It's not realistic. You don't even give yourself a chance to go in to a relationship when you're messed up versus the chance for success when you're healed. That's what I'm saying. You it's
I think we talking past one another on this one, man. I think we gonna have to. I think yeah, we
I
talking past. I think
I
we agree on key points, but then somewhere along the line, man, that road diverged though.
I
You know what
think
I'm saying?
I don't think we're missing each other at all. I
Hmm.
I think it's hard to do the work. I think it's hella hard, and
Absolutely.
I think it's single digit percentage of people that want certain things and that want to function in a relationship at a certain level. And I think for that fact that it could be looked at as unrealistic, but it's not. It's a
I
real
think I
thing.
think that I guess my thing was always that if anybody did anything for a significant amount of time, no matter how insignificant that somebody else might think that it is, in my eyes, it's always been a success. Because I know that there's certain things that I'm like, man, I wouldn't even want to try. I wouldn't even want to attempt to do that shit for that long. You know what I'm saying? And this person get up and do that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? For this amount of time and shit. And I'm like, damn, hat goes off to them because I wouldn't be able to do that. You know,
Just because that
you know,
don't mean a success though.
It has. I mean, once again, success is one of those things that, like I was saying before, it's all subjective. What I might deem to be successful is different than what you might. You know.
All right, cool. We'll take it a different note, and it's kind of really what I've been saying anyway. I've been saying functionality of relationship anyway from the jump. So we can really play it like that. And so you can have 50-year relationships that's not functional. Like people go years in relationships and marriages living in the same house without speaking to each other.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
that can't be a success. That's not a success. That's not functionality. They just there. Like they too low
But that
investment
is
people.
functional. They withheld this household. How is that not
That's
functional?
It
dysfunctional.
works for them.
Them. It
It's
works.
not
So that's
working.
the
That's the
form.
point. That's the point.
But
It's not working. That's
I
my
mean,
whole point.
I just don't see how it don't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
If
agree
it was
with you on
working,
that.
we would
Keith, I
speak.
don't.
If it was working, we
I
would
don't
speak.
agree with. I don't agree with you
If
on
it
that.
was working, we would speak.
Because every relationship is not going to work the exact same way.
Saying
So,
exactly.
We're not arguing.
Exactly.
We're not arguing. We're
But
not
here's the
arguing.
thing, though. They're not arguing because they don't even speak to one another.
I'm
They
saying
done with that shit. They don't
me
even
and y'all
talk.
not arguing. I'm saying me and y'all not arguing for the simple fact that I'm not disagreeing with y'all. There's gonna be trials in every relationship.
Man. Hey, I know what you were saying, man.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you. Yeah. It's very few people, and you can see it in different aspects. From I don't care if you go from weightlifters.
They're not happy. They're
Hold
not
on.
happy, is what you're saying.
I'm saying as far as people doing high level investments, as far as anything physical, like weightlifting or boxing or karate, like there's very few people, or if you take it mental, like there's very few quantum scientists, like there's very few high level like people making great investments. And I ain't saying a relationship is hard as quantum science, because your life is showing you what you need to work on multiple times throughout the day, every single day. It's just we ignore it, just like we can do the same thing that somebody else is doing, and we be like, oh, that person need to work on this, this, and this, and we don't even look at we need to work on this, this, and the exact same thing that they need to work. Like everybody skips past the mirror, so nobody wants to do the work, and so yeah, it will look like, majority, or it might look like 100% of society is not going to do it. But that's not realistic, because relationships is relationships, and I got relationships on that level of what I'm talking about with my parents, with my children, and with my friends. So I'm already cultivating relationships like that. So I'm living like I'm a billionaire as far as relationships go.
Okay. What you gotta say, Brother Keith?
Man. Hey, what I gotta say, let's go to another subject real quick. Let's go to another subject real quick.
I'm scared for she's come back and the other.
Oh, who's this? Good. Pero está gozando y todo, no puede regalar. Pasan rico. ¡Viva la raza!
Okay, what's up, y'all?
Okay.
That was a whole lot destructive.
Yeah, that was a whole lot, wasn't it? That was a whole lot. That was a whole lot.
You can't want
the
to
thing
live
about
in
it,
somewhere
hey,
where you want to destroy
those
things.
one cars that plug up to the barrage, what's those cars burn forever. You know, it takes forever for them to even take those fires out if they regularly get on a fire, on fire. You know, I've seen them putting them in rivers, and they have to be in a separate lot too. Like, yeah. So, what y'all think about that? You know, y'all ready for that to hit Phoenix or what?
Damn.
I mean, man, that shit's like, man, that shit ain't even like it looks crazy on TV, man. But you know, when they paying out of that shit, cuz it's kind of like they in Westgate, cuz doing that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even that. It ain't like it's doing the whole city. It's like within like a square mile of one another, though. You did what I'm saying? You go out 2 miles in any direction, cuz you'll never even know that shit was going on.
Right?
You know what I mean?
And to it here. Like if we was to see one car on fire like that, bro, come on now. If we was to see one car on fire, it was 4 or 5, and they're busting windows, and it's about 7 police cars busted up.
Shit.
Would
Hey
you
man,
be willing to go down that street though?
They tearing some shit up, man. You know, they tearing it up, man. They figure they trying to
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad though. Like, you know, our traffic here is bad.
Yeah,
It's coming. And so, all right, so we go down to 10 and we see how much that mug's busted up. So now all of a sudden it's fires and cars, bro. You know you going home and chilling, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, bro. Like until it hit us, like one car on fire like that. Come on. They're breaking that motherfucker down to it ain't nothing but the rims, bro. Come on now. Seriously.
Yeah.
Come on, to where it ain't nothing but the rims.
But wasn't it something like that on like, was it like the 51st Street or something like that?
What you mean, bro?
3 or 4 weeks ago when it
Ain't
first
never
started
been
happening?
like nothing like that, bro. Around here, if we go on the 10 and people throwing whole cylinder blocks down, what you gonna do, bro? Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's something there. But
yeah, so
like, but wasn't they just throwing that shit at the police though?
Where?
On that video, or they just throwing it at a random car?
Yeah, they was just throwing it on the police. But if you got 5 police cars held up, that's traffic held up, right?
Yeah.
People ain't going nowhere.
So let me ask y'all something real quick. I mean, we've been on now for we've been on now for 3 hours and 41 minutes. Let me ask you something real quick, and I want each person's personal. Do you think illegal people should be here? Illegal?
Yep.
Or do you think you should go through the system and get your green card?
I don't give a shit how they get here because I ain't picking no motherfucking fruit. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't.
I ain't doing that shit. Let them do their thing.
What you think, Cheese?
I think we all born on planet Earth, and shoot, it's a lot of people that go through a lot more adversity to get here to, I guess, be a part of America than anybody on this call maybe went through. And so it's like, if you're gonna earn something, they probably might have earned it more than we earned it, really. And then on top of all that, you got illegal aliens trying to push out illegal aliens. So it's like, what are we really doing here?
So what you think, Kanye?
Personally, it does not affect me in the manner of saying humans are still humans. They're going to come illegally or legally. However, in every other country, whether it's here, other places, we go other places just as much. The only thing where I feel like it is a concern, which I can understand, is when people bring different sicknesses, health risks to other countries, whether it's here or other places. So that's the only impact that I have mentally for myself, that I'm like, I can understand that. But as far as everything that's going on, sending people, babe, they're already here. You're taking their tax money. You've been taking all this, so make it make sense. Their money is good, but now you're going to deport them.
Now you don't want that.
You're not going to give them their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and let's be honest, most Americans are lazy. Whether black, white, mixed, it doesn't matter. Most Americans are lazy. So you got people that are willing to work that $5 and pull those fruits and pull those cabbages that we need to function daily. So hey, better get somebody that's willing to do it for $2 because I don't want to do it.
What you think, Eli?
No, I know some great people that's not supposed to be here. It would be crazy to see them not here no more. So I definitely will want them to stay here, honestly.
And they do pay taxes. They do pay taxes, you guys.
Yes.
And let me tell you,
and it's affecting their families. They've been here for some of them been here their whole lives, but because they don't have the paper, now you're sending them back to somewhere where they don't know nothing about nothing.
That's right.
Like I think that's so inappropriate. But do I believe in doing it the right way? Yeah, but how can you remove somebody that's been here for umpteen years?
And where I'm
with
from,
their money?
and Jay can participate. Just to build a wooden fence costs a lot of money. These brick fences and these roofs that's on these houses where I'm from in the Midwest, they only come on mansions.
Yes.
If you go on Meridian, we have these roofs on Meridian. These are on every house out here. That's because the labor is so low. It costs so much to just build a wooden fence, less known a block fence. So, you know, these people build this stuff just like the people in Miami. What they built all Miami, and now they kicked them out. Miami was built on drugs. It was built on everything, and then once they built the place up, they kicked them out. Fact. So I'm gonna tell you, these roofs out here, we only see these roofs on where I'm from. We only see them on mansions on Meridian Street. Every house out here has a 100-year roof on it. That comes off the back of an illegal, supposedly citizen, alien, or whatever. You know, so like, you know, we can contest to that. We can get a wooden fence back home, and it costs money. These people are building block. You know how much that block would cost to put around a house?
Or just the labor just by itself.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my thing is always, you know what I mean? It's like once they use them up, you know, they try to find a way to get them up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But you can look at statistics, you know, most people, you know, that's over here, you know, shit, undocumented or whatever, man, or immigrants. So we just use immigrants or whatever. Most people, man, they, you know, their kids graduate high school, shit, their kids end up going to college of some sort, you know, they end up working in the business, they end up being successful. Like, you know, you can always nitpick a situation to where, you know,
let's be honest.
Look at this was violent. Look, this was violent. That was violent. And you know, and if we look at any situation, I mean, if we just look at the neighborhoods we grew up in, I mean, you know, we had maybe a couple of car thieves in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really think about it, we had a couple of car thieves. Everybody knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't have everybody running around stealing cars. You didn't have everybody running around doing this and doing that. You only got one or two people doing whatever the fuck it is they doing. And it's the same thing with them. You got a handful of people doing some bullshit, but most people just coming over here to make a better living for their family, man.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
So my thing is, shit, let them stay. I mean, let them work. Let them get out. You know what I'm saying?
Because, I just say be productive from here on out. Don't remove people from their families. You know what I mean?
I mean, but
just be productive from here on out.
It's just, shit that they doing is just cruel.
It's inhumane. Yeah, it's inhumane. Like it's not okay.
Yeah. They just want to be cruel and shit, man. Like I said, I don't see no purpose besides scaring people and just.
They're already here.
You know,
you've already taken their money. Just use what you know what I mean? You don't want any more. I'm thinking of it as a health risk because it's true. You know what I mean? Just use it from here on out. Go ahead, Cheese. Sorry.
Hey, so I agree with what Jake is saying, that basically they're a functioning part of society. Like they get back now. So it ain't no loss at having them here. But I ain't understand what Anye was saying. She said get them tested because they're going to come.
Well, no. Well, what it is, you know, the same way how we have certain health, you know, we got certain health things.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on. Anye.
What?
You said they should be tested because they're going to come?
I don't want you just question everything I say at this point. Don't
Bro,
repeat
you're
anything that you think I
tripping.
said.
Bro, what are the fuck are you talking about, bro? You on some whole nother level shit. What time is it out there? Like 3 o'clock in the morning, nigga? You're tripping.
Bro, what?
Veronica said, nah, she ain't say that.
She did say that. She said they need to be tested for certain diseases.
What
I
They're
never
gonna
said
come.
anything about being tested, by the way.
You said they need to be checked out or something about as far as
Never said that either.
because they're going to come.
Ain't nobody saying no shit like that.
What?
Bro.
Bro, she's tired.
Hey,
Okay, all right,
though.
all right,
Hey.
all right. If Kanye won't say it, I'll say it. I think they need to be tested. They're going to come.
Man.
They're going to come. No, seriously, they're going to come.
Oh my god.
I mean, ain't no way.
They need to
They're
go
going
through
to
the
come.
process, bro.
Yeah, just basically solely just let the people that are already here just stay, okay? Most of them, if anything, have been here for a very long time. They've been acclimated to all of our environments, whether that be working, whether that be financial, mentally. They've been here for a minute, and they've given back more than what we have.
Since they've been 3 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And on average, they've given back more than what we have. Let's be 110.
So you okay if they come? We can't.
You sound far, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Unckeif, you did.
You're stupid.
Yeah. No, they just need to start fresh, essentially, and just start from here on out, and then do that that process that they want to do. Don't.
But my thing is this: why even bother them though?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I don't see the harm in them being here. I really don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's no, yeah.
I just don't. Outside of just being cruel to people, like what's the reason?
Literally the issue.
All right, let me play the other side then. Let me play the other side of the fence.
Come on, Karen, come through.
Don't do that. But we got AI that's taking hundreds of thousands of jobs every quarter or whatever, maybe millions. So if we got people that's here that's working jobs that's not Americans, maybe it's a good thing so we be able to get jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Jobs, but
what are those jobs that they're working though? They're not working corporate jobs. There's not many.
They are. They doing everything. They're doing everything,
but on average, there's not many of them that work corporate jobs.
And what nobody's paying. I think they're going to come. We can't hear you, Luke. We can't hear you.
You hear me now? Can you guys hear me?
You sound like one of them AI
robots.
Yeah, he actually sounds like Luke.
He's gonna go.
Can y'all hear me now?
There you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I had to switch microphones. Hey, bro, don't make me block you out. You been getting some fish tonight. I don't know what kind of stuff you on, bro, but we almost here hit a 4-hour live. And hey, guys, we on Twitch too, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys that been coming through, hitting them like buttons, man. Make sure you wipe your feet before you come in. Hey, we going live on Twitch too, man. Hey, this channel's only gonna build, man. These are my people, man. And next week, Anya's gonna bring her some allies in here, and we're gonna have some good conversations, man. We're gonna build this page, man, because this is about to be a big page, man. We all gonna eat off of this. I got my little brother in here, I got my nephews in here, I got my sons in here, I got my daughters in. Hey, we about to grow. We about to eat now, bro. So watch this page grow. We got some good topics. We was actually on tonight we're on for 3 hours and 53 minutes, guys. And watch this page grow. Watch it grow. Watch it grow to thousands, man. We got to eat out. We're gonna have some good subjects, man, and we're not scared to debate each other. So that's really good. Veronica said, "Bring me." Yeah.
Real good conversation. I dig it.
Real good conversation, man. Real good conversation.
Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Make sure you hit my YouTube page if you got some subjects you want us to talk about. This is every Friday night from here on out. You know, we're gonna talk every Friday night from here on out. Anya, she's gonna bring her some. She's gonna bring her some backup next week, y'all. Y'all better watch out. We mess around. We can have like 10 people on here, so she mess around, bring her 3 females. Y'all, you guys better be ready. Y'all jumped over this time, but she had her own tonight, didn't she, y'all?
Yeah, she had her own. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she had her own tonight, but she gonna come with some fire next week. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, but we ready and we're gonna debate it, and that's what it's about. We debating. Go ahead. What'd you say?
It's us 4 guys, and then Anya and some more of the girls are gonna come.
Anya gonna bring some. Anya about to bring some heat next week. I'm telling you, she's not. She handled y'all, but she's not. Bro, y'all better be ready next week. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready next week. I'm telling you, man. Hey, but yeah, y'all jumped on her this week, but she handled it. She did good though. Let's give her a handshake. She did good.
Hey, she's
y'all
in here looking like.
Come on, cheese now. Y'all was coming.
She was in here looking like that chick in the restaurant.
No, she was. She was handling her business, dude. She was handling hers. But hey, watch next week though. Y'all about to have about 4 extra women in here next week, and we about to be on some conversations real good. Hey, but you know what, you guys? Thank you for visiting our channel because it's our channel. And if it's one of you guys, we're grateful. If it's 1 million of you guys, we're grateful. Remember, nobody can love you like you can love yourself. You got to give people examples how you want to be treated. Every Friday night, we having these lives. We was on for almost 4 hours tonight. I knew who to bring now about my boy Jake, about Cheese, about Yuddy, about Anya.
It's me, Anya.
I got room for 10 people. I got room for 10 people. We got to be 10 deep up here. So bring it on. We ready, right? Right, Jake?
Sounds good. That's what's up. Let's do it.
We ready, man. We ready. So yeah, so anyway, man, we'll see you guys next Friday. Hey, check this out. This channel, we have over 1,000 videos on this channel. We put up a video every day, man. Hey, man, come and join our family, man. Hey, we love to debate, and we're going to debate. We got some of the best debaters I ever known in my life, man. And we're going to be here every Friday night. So we'll check y'all out, man. And, hey, man, are you walking today? Are you running today? Remember, nobody can love you like you can love yourself. Let's get on that track in the morning. I see you guys on the next stream next weekend, next Friday, and we'll be putting up a video every day. Hey, everybody tell them bye. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
And wear clean socks.
Much love.
Oh, see. What? What was that about, Cheese?
Wear
I
clean
said,
socks.
you said you had some dirty ass socks. You did say your ass was filthy, though.
Hey, clean socks, dirty
You
socks.
said it, not
Everybody's
me.
gonna come. Clean
Oh,
socks
man.
and dirty socks.
All right, bro.
Oh,
All
my goodness.
Y'all later.
All right.